Yellow, 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 yellow. How's it going? What's up, D? Y'all, we just woke up from a little nappy, so my eyes look tired. My eyes look a little tired. How we doing? Happy hump day. What's up? How we doing? Y'all, we are doing political debates. For the algorithm, we are doing political debates. If you're a Trump supporter, or if you're a Republican, or a Libertarian, or anybody in the GOP, or a conservative, hop in the box. Come tell me why. Why should I vote that way? Hello, Jody. What's up, Kenneth? Missed you the last couple days. I know y'all. I was AFK the last few days. Just took a few days off. Taking care of Pickles, moving some stuff around, changing up the apartment a little bit. Just a nice little chill sesh. What up, Chef? What's up, Danny? What's up, Boston? Hello, hello. Yo, Dr. Greg. What's up, dude? Let's see if I can get this guy a little higher here. Welcome back. Thanks, dude. Thank you, thank you. I hope everybody's having a great day or night. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Miss Pickles is good. Miss Pickles had fucking fleas yesterday for like the 5th time this year. I think my neighborhood's a hotbed for fleas, yo. So we washed Pickles, we washed all my linens. It was work. Look at that. We got Pickles on camera first try. Oh, that's old. It's not even live. How does it do that? Hold on. There we go. There she is. Y'all, tap the screen. Let's get to 10K. Let's get some Trump supporters in here. Let's get some bad brains in here. How did my trip with Skyla go? It went pretty good. It went pretty good. Oh, man.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good, dude. Doing good.
How's the stream going and all that? Let me turn this TV down.
We just turned it on, baby.
Oh, sweet. I'm the first one.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. I'm getting fame off the fucking rip. I'm only getting 39 people, but I'm getting fame. Check me out.
Oh yeah. What do you stoked
All right,
about
why
with
does
Trump lately?
I'll start with this. Why does Trump suck?
Good lord.
There's a lot. I get it. No, I think he sucks in certain ways too, but I want to see if we agree or disagree on anything.
I don't think there's very much he's doing well at. I think he's scaring the shit out of me with
That's arguable.
talk about strategies to cancel elections or strategies to call in a national emergency.
National emergency for what? I'm sorry.
There never is one, right?
Type shit.
Yeah.
Well, shit. What was the first point you brought up? I'm sorry, I'm ADD as fuck.
You're good. You're going to be surprised when Trump tries to run for a 3rd term or tries to declare a national emergency during the midterms or the 2028 election?
I think if he tries to go for a 3rd term, he's going to get mollywopped by any other candidate that comes up because he's already ran 2, and now the gas prices are up to $5 and all that shit. So I don't understand why he would even try that.
I don't know, man. I don't think he has any interest in leaving office. I think he's too scared. I think he's done so many crimes that the next people coming in are going to get his ass.
He's definitely done some crimes. I can agree with that.
You're chewing
Yeah,
into the
dude.
microphone, and it makes me want
Yeah,
to.
I apologize. So I think honestly he's doing pretty good. Not controlling, but keeping the Middle East from nuking each other. I think is that not reasonable?
I don't know if that's really a great accomplishment. I think every president since forever has managed to not have people nuke each other in the Middle East.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you get a guy like Trump in there, they start talking about, oh, I'm gonna bomb this country because I'm mad at this guy. You do that shit, we're gonna bomb you back. Like,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think there's rumors with Trump saying that he's willing to leave the Middle East and just declare victory without any sort of negotiation.
mm-hmm.
I think he told some New York Times reporters that this week.
Hmm.
Um we have
he did,
rumors that
he
he's
did
not
say something pretty
treating.
funny.
We have rumors
Uh,
he's not treating the Navy very well. We have rumors that the people from the Navy, from the USS Abraham, I think it's, is the Abraham Lincoln? I did echo. Thank you so much for the hat. Actually, I was supposed to wear it today. The people, rumors of people trying to jump overboard because the lack of food, uh, soap, etc.
why did that happen? Yeah, you're good.
Because Trump is out there talking about prolonging the war, and they weren't ready for it.
So they didn't get food on their ship because Trump said he's gonna prolong the war.
If you're out there for an unexpected length of time, you have to start rationing your food.
Well, yeah, but they get deliveries of food every one. I mean, dude, yeah. I mean, that's not. Maybe they were hungry, and maybe they lost their minds and tried to jump over. That's my argument.
Iran keeps targeting cargo ships.
Iran keeps targeting our cargo ships.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you realize what would happen if they actually took one down?
but
War, and that we would win.
I don't know.
Would-
I think Iran, like has blown up most of the bases. I think 26 of our bases in the Middle East have been shot at and fucked up.
Right. Has anybody died?
Yes.
Right. And then have the people who shot at us died? Do you
I
know
don't know.
that?
I don't even know what the fatalities are, but yeah, sure. I'm sure there are some people that died.
Yeah. So I mean, they get theirs and we get ours. It's a whole big fight because it's a fight because we're cool with Israel and all that, and Israel wants to take over Iran, which we're not going to let happen either.
Mm. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Netanyahu's Trump by the balls.
Probably. I think they have each other by the balls. I think they're when one does one thing, it kind of tugs on the other. Like imagine if they had a rope attached to each other's balls, like ha ha ha, like it'd be bad.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it's going. I don't think they're actually like fighting. They just kind of like they decided, all right, well, you're our ally now, and you're gonna watch the Middle East for us and do this, do that. And if you try to do anything, we're gonna strip the land we gave you back.
I don't know about that. I don't think we'd do that.
I mean, we could.
I don't think so. I don't think there's a
Yeah,
thing. I
probably
don't think
not.
there's a
Yeah, you're
mechanism
probably
for
right.
that.
You're probably right. Israel's a lot stronger than I'm letting on.
Anyway, Carter, we might bring you back up or something if we run out of people.
Absolutely. Hey, I'll get out of here. I'll get out of your hair. I apologize. I just want to come up here and talk some shit. So
All right.
you have a good day. Have a good stream. All that. Trump does suck, but he also doesn't suck. So, whatever. Have a good day.
All right, bud. Oh, chat, tap the screen. We're almost at 10K. In fact, I don't even know why I'm showing you all pickles right now because you're not even supposed to get her until 10K. All right, let's go to the next guest, y'all. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to thumbs up and don't forget to give me a follow. Hello,
Yeah.
hello. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Are you over 18?
No.
All right. Yeah. Hello.
How you doing?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
No,
All right.
absolutely not.
All right. I'm looking for opposition only. Is there something you wanted to say really quick?
Well, I just wanted to say that the America is in such we're just worser than we were. I mean, it's every day it's going bad here. And I'm just wondering when the Congress, the Senate are going to put a stop to this. I'm just wondering when. It's horrible. It's sickening. I mean, I thought I thought it would be done with by now. I thought they would kick him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm waiting, and I think American people are waiting. We
Agreed.
shouldn't be in this war. We shouldn't be in this war at all. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to come up here and say that. So,
I appreciate you, Steve. Take it easy,
all
man.
right. I'll catch you later.
Donald Trump just survived his sixth assassination attempt, which means that God's plan, it's a part of him for Trump to survive after so many times. Are you aware of the assassination attempt that Iran had that was released yesterday, the details?
The one where he hid in a food truck or a catering cart.
Yeah, they snuck him out in a white van on some James Bond, John Wick type shit. So that basically lets me know that God has a plan. Trump's supposed to be in this office if he survived for 6 assassination attempts. Do you
Operation
see the
Orange Chicken.
I'm as a believer in faith, I feel like everything happens for a reason. You know, there's destiny and fate, and so I believe that everything happens in
He
accordance
has
to God.
U.S. military intelligence and the Secret Service. There's nothing magic
Yep.
about it.
No, it plays, but no, Pickles, you're skipping over the part in my argument where I specifically said there have been multiple assassination attempts. And
Yes.
Trump,
Yes.
yeah, but
Obama had 11, right?
yeah, that supports my argument is that God keeps people in the position. God's plan is perfect. It's all good. He's all knowing. He's omnipotent, omnipotent. He sees it all and knows the future and the past. So that supports.
I
Go
don't,
ahead.
but not all of us believe in your superstition. That's silly. That's silly.
Well, well, then you guys are out of touch with reality because if you look at what's happened, you don't survive 6 assassination attempts. That's not normal. That's what I'm saying. So there's more supporting evidence. I'm a believer in faith and destiny. So I think that it's a good thing Trump still. What is your contention with my argument? I'm saying God's all knowing. He's all good. He sees it all. The future and the past. There's good.
God just wanted Trump to survive so that he
Yes.
could lead to the deaths of 14 million people in Africa and Eastern Europe with AIDS.
Wow.
God needed Trump to do this so he can enrich himself while they're starving people and women and children getting raped and killed all over the world in horrible conditions, while white women and dumb people that are so egotistical and egocentric, they think the world revolves around them. They have no idea how bad conditions are for people on the other side of the world. It's just so silly, dude. No.
No, but the point is that everything you're trying to extract the negative, bad, horrendous things that happen in this world, but you're ignoring the fact that God has kept Trump alive and God
No.
is keeping religion, and then just certain situations have to happen for a long in the long run for the long run. So as you get older and you age, you start to realize everything happens for a reason. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I support Trump because everything he's doing,
No.
I stand behind. Everything happens for a reason.
That's dumb.
You don't believe in
You're
destiny.
you're giving him Kim Jong-un level like
Nah,
powers.
I wouldn't go. There's bad people. Like Kim Jong Un is terrible. Putin is terrible. Hitler's terrible. There's a line in the sand. You know what I mean? I don't see that Trump is authoritarian like that. You guys
What?
have it. No, you guys.
Trump is ready to run for a third term. He's ready to cancel elections. He's ready. He's literally doing one-sided politics in our country.
So no, that's categorically false, Pickles. So he didn't actually seriously claim that he's going to run for a third term. That was bullshit. That was just a ha
The
ha
15
lol.
times in a row that he did it, that was a ha ha.
No, it was a ha ha. The last time he said it as a joke, just to to get under people's skin and shit. You know what I mean? But there's nothing. There's no tangible proof that he's actually running for a third term.
Sure.
Yeah, so I support Trump. Certain things like the Lake and Riley, you're for illegal undocumented immigrants, but you don't say shit when it comes to the Lake and Riley situation. You're just quiet. No, you cover your eyes and then you close your eyes and cover your ears. You don't talk.
One of the
about
very
that.
few singular incidents you could point to make all immigrants look bad. I love it.
Wait, whoa, hold on a second. So it doesn't matter to you? You're saying that one is not enough? That's kind of disgusting and ridiculous, Pickles. I didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah, I don't think y'all say that one is not enough either. We have more school children die in one incident in any given day.
Wait, Pickles, slow
and
down.
you guys don't care about gun legislation enough.
Hold on, Pickles. I'm trying to save you from making yourself look insensitive and crazy. I brought up Lake and Riley, and you said, "Oh, that's all you got." What the fuck? Are you serious right now?
Yes, I am dead serious. Yes, there's like 400,000 rapes each year. There's 17,000 murders. If you guys want to talk about Lake and Riley nonstop and not give a shit about anyone else,
Dude, this is Pickles. This is
you.
embarrassing. So just to be clear, you're saying you don't care about Lake and Riley, this situation. Just to be clear,
I think it's tragic, but I don't think that we should change the entire laws of our nation and make like millions of migrants miserable and spread like bigotry throughout the country because of it.
Pickles, you do realize that there's a such thing as accountability, and so when there's an error, in the system that needs to be corrected, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to have to correct it, and so there was an error in the system with illegal undocumented immigrants, and now we're just correcting it. Mm-hmm. But your argument is that ICE is overcorrecting it. That's your argument.
Yes, I think that they politicized this death. They politicized the absolute fuck out of this poor woman's death and this poor child's death. You guys are sycophants. You guys are slobbering and disgusting and vile about these types of people because of it.
No, but you guys want us to do nothing about it. That's the problem. You'd rather do nothing about it. We're doing something about it. Now you just think we're doing too much. You just think we're being extra. Excuse me.
It's not true. It's not true. Trump's literally protecting the Epstein files, and you're virtue signaling to one girl, Lake and Riley. Right?
What? Wait, didn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong, though. But didn't he sign it? Didn't he put his signature on it to release it?
And then had Todd Blanche and himself demand for the not release of it.
He's doing everything in his power to release it, Pickles.
Oh my God,
he's doing
that is
literally
coverage.
Everything.
That is cope,
I'm
sir.
serious.
That is absolutely not. No, he brought Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene into the Situation Room and tried to whip them into submission to take their names off the petition to release the Epstein files. What are you talking about?
No. That's not necessarily true, Pickles.
That's very true.
No, that's a misrepresentation, a disingenuous misrepresentation.
It's very true.
He's literally doing, based off my research, he's doing everything he can to release them. And Biden did nothing. He did the bare minimum, and he did the bottom requirement. But what I've seen that Trump's trying to release it. He fired Epstein. Why did he fire Epstein? Why did he call the police and report Epstein? But yeah, you guys skip over that fact because it didn't fit your narrative.
Yeah, I don't know if that. Great. Great. How are we doing, YouTubes? Give me a second. I'm going to switch accounts. Hopefully that appeal works. killing me. Dude, this monitoring with AI on TikTok is really killing me. It's really killing me, dude. Oh, thank God. Appeal approved. Ew. What is that? Oh, shit. Ah, that's tight. Give me a sec, y'all. Oh my God, this is annoying. For real, dude? Test, 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 test. Where is my live chat? We are back. We are back. We are back. We won our appeal. Fucking tap the screen and protect the fucking live. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We are fucking back. What happened? We got a nanner. And then we appealed it and won. My TikTok guardian angel. It was God's plan, as Rich Poor would say. I've been nannered so many times, but after so many appeals, God wants me here talking shit about Trump. Can I get an amen? Under his eye. How we doing, y'all? How we doing? TikTok decided to change its entire freaking its entire look and feel on desktop. Killing me, dude. Why do you do this to me? Why are you doing this? Why are you there? We're taking that off. Oh, you watch me on YouTube a little bit? Y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. Tap the freaking screen, y'all. I heard this and TikTok's glitching all over the place. No buenos. No buenos. Y'all, I was going to come live a little bit earlier, but I ate the fucking biggest dinner ever. I ate a plate of chicken the size of my fucking chest. I almost got nannered, y'all. We won our appeal.
What the crap, man? Was that Rich got you busted, or?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but we won our appeal. So
Nice. No, what I was going to bring up, he brought up accountability. Did you hear about the new DOJ memo?
no.
A new DOJ memo from the Office of Legal Counsel just came out recently. I believe it was either yesterday or today. That now says that anybody that the president talks to and refers to as an advisor, even privately and outside of the federal government, is now privileged.
What?
So every text message, every email, every correspondence that he has with any human being that he can call an advisor is now privileged and cannot be investigated.
Oh my God.
Where's that accountability?
Wow.
Where's that accountability? Open corruption right out in the open.
Oh yeah. God damn Todd Blanche, dude.
Right. I was just going to do something here real quick. Give me just a quick second. I'm going to...
How we doing, y'all? Tap the screen. We are here doing political debate. Oh shit! Infectious with a huge dono says I get 3. You want 3 kicks?
I get 3 when I want them.
Okay.
I get 3 when I want them.
All right.
Shit just got real for me yesterday, man. I had a really good thing happen.
Oh.
And so there you go, man. I figured I'd help you out as best I can.
Dude, you're the best. Thank you so. W Infectious.
I want pickles taken care of.
3 fucking pre-kicks, chat. Good lord. Good lord.
I may drop some coins on people now and again, man, but you're the shit.
Dude, I love you. Thank you, man.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead and drop back down, man. That's all I wanted for tonight. I just wanted to come and bless you a little bit. And oh, what's up?
I need to show you, you're probably one of the only people that, one of the few people, I mean, that will appreciate this. I need to show you, I ordered my Halloween costume already because We're thinking ahead
Oh
of time.
yeah, what we got, buddy?
We were thinking ahead of time, and so here's. Oh no! Come back! Come back! So here is Pickle's little costume. You recognize that?
I can't see it, man.
Hold on, hold on.
When I get on the panel, it turns it into 9 boxes. So your box is really small.
Oh, that's lame. Okay. Why is it doing this?
I was gonna say that did kind of look like. Is that a Luffy costume for Pickles? Holy shit, that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is fucking cool.
So Pickles.
I
is
heard
gonna
Abby
be...
sent you a. I heard Abby showed you a picture of the chopper hat
Yes.
that she made.
Yes.
Isn't that pimp? That is
Yes.
gorgeous.
Okay. So there's Pickles' outfit. She's gonna be
that is
Luffy.
adorable.
And,
That is sweet.
And I am going to be. I've got all the stuff for it, so I'm gonna be Rona Zero.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got 3 swords. I got the outfit. I am so stoked.
Now you just gotta get lost all night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wander around aimlessly going, where am I?
Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, someone just followed after they saw that. Let's go.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I thought you'd be excited about that. Anyway, dude, thanks again, man. Thanks again.
Yeah. Not a problem, brother.
All right, smoochies. Let's see if we can get this guest up here. Chat, tap the screen. Let's get to 10K really quick, or else no Pickles camera. All right. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Me and P. Diddy had a sneaky, sneaky link. He showed me his super big ding-a-ling.
We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel, we'll honor his name. We are...
She kind of had pipes. She kind of had pipes. I give her like a... I feel like an 8. Pretty good. And Jin's gonna be Sally O'Malley, which is awesome. Was that Mar? I don't know. Eight's too high. Really? That was pretty good. Hello, are you a Trump supporter? You're not a Trump supporter. He's gaming, dude. He's League of Legends. It was better than most. Yeah, Pickles has stony eyes. I just woke up from a nap. We were in a little bit of a coma state after a giant plate of chicken. Give me a sec. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Big time.
Big time.
I love Trump so much. I think he's, there was just ancient principle in political theory, right? This notion that like the elected president through like the procedural mechanisms of democracy or just like politics overall was conflated with divinity. I think Trump is that. Like he is that representative. He's like an authorized representative who came down, who's predicated with divine authority. Like his legitimacy does not stem from us. It stems from above. He's so incredible.
Okay. Is there anything you want to point to other than your weird superstition?
It's not superstition. It's actually an archaic structure of political legitimacy. It's basically called like this. Like basically, are you a liberal? Do you do you believe in liberal democracy?
Yeah.
So then you believe legitimacy stems from the masses, right?
I mean, to a degree, sure.
Yeah. Well, Donald Trump's legitimacy stems from above. He transcends the corporate will of the civil apparatus of society.
Wow, that's
Because he was saved by
profound.
God. Because he was saved by God on July 13, 2024. He is the authorized representative. We have to concede all of our freedoms onto him, and he has to be that. Rome had this concept that the leader of the state was its mind, and we are its body. Donald Trump is our mind. He knows what we want, and he acts upon our will. It's some sort of contractual mechanism in which we delegate all our freedoms onto him, and he brings peace and stability and harmony.
I don't know if he brings any of that though.
He does, because the Democrats brought in like 20 million illegal aliens to our country. They brought in all these people that were murdering, they were raping, they were killing, they were looting. Somebody's doing the raping, Pickles.
Top guy.
Somebody was
Top guy.
some
Slow your roll, bud. Slow your roll.
they were
20
they were
million?
raped 20 million illegal aliens. I was raped by one of them actually. They tried to kill me, Pickles. They tried to fucking
All right. I don't think we can joke around, about grape in this chat. I think we're good.
What's up, man?
What's up? Oh, we got
Did you
two.
hear about the Marco Valdez case?
I'll back out and come back.
Okay. No.
So, an illegal immigrant by the name of Marco Valdez that had a detainer placed on him in 2025 was released from jail, Martinez, California, on a burglary, ROR, and he brutally unalived the 68-year-old man the next day. This is the second time he'd been released from jail for burglary, where there was a detainer lodged against him. So the state of California not only ROR'd him, but didn't cooperate with the federal government, and now we have a 60-year-old man that was absolutely slaughtered. So how do you guys justify that? Like, how many American lives is worth having?
Brooklyn, how many murders happen every year?
Oh, quite a bit.
No, that's not an answer. How many?
I don't know the exact number.
It's like 2,000?
Well, I think it's probably a little bit higher than that. Across the entire United States?
Yeah, it's 17,000.
Oh, 17,000. Okay.
Yeah, it's 17,000. So if you're gonna want to appeal to emotion a little bit, you're gonna have to do a little more than that, right? So
well, it's not emotion.
It is. You're like, look at this dead guy. We need to change all sorts of laws. We need to upend the life of millions of other immigrants because this one bad actor. It's not doing much for me.
But there was a federal detainer.
Okay.
There was a federal detainer against him, right? I promise you, in Martinez, California, if you're an American citizen and there's a federal detainer against you, they're going to cooperate. However, they did not cooperate in this individual's case simply because there was sanctuary state. That individual then turned around and unalived someone. So what happens is that he actually gets more privilege than an American citizen in this country, especially when it's based on a federal fucking detainer.
Yeah, I really don't. You're not going to really do anything for us. You guys hired a literal felon to presidency. Remember when that
right,
34 felonies?
Right. But I'm
now
talking
he's
about
got like
this
14
individual
million deaths on his hands. You're not really going to do much.
14 million?
Yes.
14 million. How do you come up with that number? And in what way is he responsible for 14 million deaths?
So when his cuts to USAID, that's the projected amount of people who are going to die in the next 4 years because of the cuts to programs that helps people with Ebola, AIDS, all sorts of other things. That's what Trump did. You don't give a flying fuck. We have what is it? 7 dead U.S. soldiers because Orange Man thought we were going to go Venezuela, Iran. You don't care. He's a felon. He's dumber than a box of hair.
I didn't come here. I didn't come here really necessarily to talk about Trump and his shortcomings, right? I came here to talk about, right, states, right, are refusing to cooperate, right, with the federal
States'
government
rights.
when it comes to, you're right, they have the right to do it. It's just absolutely ridiculous, right? We have 4 million illegals, right? So let me ask you a question. Is it worth the one life that was lost for the 4 million people to get amnesty right now? Would you agree with that?
I think that people's immigration status is literally irrelevant when it comes to crime, especially murder. People are born here every day that commit murder that are U.S. citizens, and
Right.
we don't have any sort of background checks on anybody in the United States, right? Until they commit a crime. So to pretend like citizenship would have changed this is a farce. I think that you guys are really good at generating outrage towards a demographic of people that don't really warrant it.
No,
This won't fix anything. This won't fix fucking literally anything. 17,000 murders a year. You guys want to focus on the one or the two? That's just sound egregious.
What I want to focus on is the fact that this man had a detainer, right? So he was wanted, right? He was wanted by a federal court, right? And then a state court says, we don't care. We're going to release you back into community after committing 2 burglaries.
I think that
Right,
I think
you know what
that
I mean?
sucks. I think that's unfortunate. This has nothing to do with immigrants, right? This has something to do with a bad man that shouldn't have been walking free, and this is just another, like, I guess, cop out for y'all to point to immigrants and say, "Oh, look how bad immigrants are. This is why Trump needs extra power. This is why Trump needs extrajudicial power to go in and fuck with states and overstep and be large government, the biggest fucking government we'd ever seen in the United States." Trump needs to come in and fucking do things his way, all the way down to a fucking local municipality level.
Why? I just don't understand, right? We have immigration laws, right, that are on the books, and people are simply not following it. American people are not following. Look, I agree. I would say 3,999,000 of the immigrants are good people. That's not the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is that we have, right, laws that are on the books that say that this is how the process works. You get a bite of the apple. If you lose, then you should be deported, right? But yet everybody's like, no, just let's.
There's a thing. Have you heard of prosecutorial discretion?
Let them use our resources.
Well, they add to our economy in every way, but they're contributors to our economy in every single way. But what do you think about? You've heard of prosecutorial discretion, right?
Yes, I do.
So, do you think that the next president should come in and, I don't know, go around and spend $1 trillion arresting everybody who smokes weed? Because it's against the law, Frank.
Well,
do you think we should do
one
that?
time in this country, they were putting people in prison for it.
Should we do that? Why not? It's the law, dude.
No, I don't.
Are you just a lawless, crazy person?
Well, no, it's not. It's
on the books.
No, it's not the law anymore.
It's the literal federal law.
It's not the law anymore.
It's federal law. Yeah, it is. No. Yes, it is.
Well,
I live in
it's
Texas,
law,
where if you have fucking 4 grams, you're in prison, dude.
4 grams of marijuana?
Yes.
Wow, that's a bit ridiculous. Look, I understand your point. Most of these people are not criminals. However, we have a process. We have most of the people that are being incarcerated now. We've got about 60,000 people that are incarcerated, waiting for the hearings, have final deportation notices, right? They've had their bite at the apple. And for whatever reason, right, the federal immigration judges said no. You've either overstayed your visa. There are no more appeals. We are at the end. So what do? Just turn the blind eye to it? I mean, we have 4 million immigrants in this country. Now we have 320 million
way
people.
more.
So yeah, it's a small amount.
Yeah, it's
Well,
something more
4
like
million that we
12 to
know.
14 undocumented.
Well, then
Again, it's the most benign
that's my
issue
point.
ever. There's going to be a few bad actors. There's going to be even more bad actors who are United States citizens. I live in Texas. The people north of me are from Oklahoma. They're complete degenerates. It's the worst state in the nation in like every metric. I don't know who those motherfuckers are, and they come into my state all the time without any sort of checks, without any sort of background, and they probably commit fucking crimes, but we don't obsess over it. It doesn't make the news. You guys don't give a flying fuck until it's an immigrant. You just don't.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's true on the most part. But here's the thing, right? So here's the thing: we take on 80%, right, of all the immigration that's coming out of Latin America, right? 80%, right? Do you think that it's not costing us anything to do that? I mean, the burden of taking on the amount of people that are coming into this country every year is fucking overwhelming, right? It's overwhelming.
It's barely anything. It's literally almost nothing. The percent of our country, we're in population decline, by the way. We could use more. It's good for our wages. It's good for a lot of metrics in the economy. It raises our GDP.
Do you really think
like
it's
a
good for our
motherfucker.
wages?
Yes.
How would that be if the supply of workers, right, the illegals tend to do really, really good jobs for very little money?
It's unintuitive, but yes, we do have things that say that undocumented migrants increase wages. In fact, deporting them depresses wages. We have studies on this.
Only in the short term.
No, in the long term.
I'd like to. No, in the short term, because what happens is that the argument that you make there is that if we deported the workers, there would be a demand for jobs, and then the companies wouldn't want to pay normal wages, so therefore they would cut back on production and everything else. That's true in the short term.
No, it's the long term too. I have the study if you want to see it. It's for every person. The top 63%, their wages go down by 1.1%, and they fall 0.5% almost every year after. That's horrible. I think it's $2,700 for the average American over the 10-year period. It's not good for anybody. If you want to sit here and do 8th grade economics in your head, that's fine. But this is sometimes unintuitive economic stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, but how? I mean, how would give me an example of how wages would increase having the immigrants here? I mean, like, how does that work?
Let me read the study. This is from Forbes. So there's a long form thought process to this, and I'm going to try to do the best to explain it off the top of my head. So think about the construction industry. There's a lot of people that come here. They're overrepresented in the construction industry when they're undocumented migrants. And they say more workers equals more homes being built. The more homes being built, the more foremen that we need. So U.S. workers are usually the ones who are the foremen. So the average person who's going to be a native U.S. worker is going to have a nice job as a foreman more frequently than when we don't have this giant pool of workers.
Well, they would. I mean, they would have to fill the spots if they weren't there. This is what I seen. I'm in New York now.
They won't. We have a labor shortage in Florida right now that has lasted 4 years because of the mass exodus.
Well, okay, so I just came from Florida, right? And the part of Florida I was living in is an absolute building boom, right? Boom. And they're using illegals for the most part. And then, and I'll tell you what they're doing. They're taking the trades. These guys are excellent at what they do, right? They're electricians. They lay concrete. They're framers, right? They're roofers, right? And they're hard workers, and they do a fantastic job. However, they're willing to either work for little wages under the table, right? Or companies are able to use, false documentation for these people, right? So what happens is that the middle class, nobody wants to be a plumber in Florida, right? Because no one's going to get paid, right? Because they're going to pay the illegal immigrant $25 an hour cash off the books, right? This is how it's happening. right? This is what's happening.
That
So I
that creates
can't see
that creates a sweet
unintuitive.
spot
It's
in the
really
market.
fucking unintuitive.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot in the market. So right now, you're seeing Florida. Florida has the highest inflation in the country and has had it for years because of their dumb decision to have a mass exodus of undocumented workers. And this is what happens. Everybody doesn't just go magically pick up these jobs and get great wages. That's not how that works.
Well, I mean, if you look back into the 1980s and the 1990s, plumbers, right, were above middle class, right? Whereas now these guys are doing the same job and probably better, right? At I mean, they're literally working, week to week, just like everybody else. And I don't blame them for that, right? I don't blame them for that, right? I blame the companies and the people that are allowing these people to come in.
These are not
and
all bad things.
shortchange
They're also
wages.
consumers. They're also consumers. For the most part, people only on the right, they only think about how their feet are standing in someone's position at a job or in a home, but they don't think about how these people go and they take all that money and they fucking spend it on local businesses. So all of these
No,
businesses have to also
put in-
fire people when these people go away.
Yeah, I
No,
was gonna
look,
bring
they
that up. I mean,
pay
when-
$100
Brooklyn, real
billion
quick here.
in taxes. Our GDP is like 38 trillion. It's a fucking it's a drop in the bucket. I mean,
That's their
everybody
taxes.
uses that number.
Their
Brooklyn, when you
GDP,
talk
that's
about
what they're
when you
paying
talk
taxes.
about supply and demand in the employment market, a lot of you guys forget about the supply and demand in the retail market that follows that. Because that is also a supply and demand that applies upward pressure to employment. So when you have more people doing more jobs, you have more people spending money and buying things. You have people buying iPhones. And so you have more high-paying technical jobs that people that have grown up in this country and gone to college and things like that, those are the people that get those jobs, and they get better pay. And then they pay the other guys because they start businesses. They pay other businesses to do other business things. So you can't ignore both sides of that coin, bud. The employment market and the retail market go hand in hand.
But don't you see the problem in that, right? That the younger people, the younger generation of this thing are going into tech while they're abandoning the trades, right? They're abandoning everything else. And I'll tell you why, because they're not going to get
Because
the
the
wages.
trades are disappearing. The trades are disappearing.
No, they're not disappearing. They're going
Yes,
to the
they are.
illegals.
They're absolutely disappearing. Dude, they are trying to automate building homes.
That's
I'm
not
not
gonna
joking.
happen.
There is
Come
literally,
on.
it is happening.
They
It
3D
is
print
literally
homes.
happening right
They
now.
literally, you could 3D
It
print
is
homes.
literally, yes. They're 3D printing homes. Amazon has warehouses that can be staffed by like 7 people. And they process every order in that place with just a handful of people because it's an automated system. Manufacturing is not different. You can automate every single portion of it.
No, you can
automate every single portion of
manufacturing,
it.
but you cannot automate building, right? You know what I mean? You cannot.
Sure you can.
No, you can't. No,
Yes, you can. You saying that just to me, it's you saying that the human race is too stupid to accomplish something. Motherfucker, we went to the moon. Do you not think we can figure out a way to design a robot that will build a house to the same specs that we would, if not
Absolutely
better?
not. No.
Because they would do it the same way every time. It would be a cookie cutter. They would produce them in quality and in quantity. Whereas human beings cut corners. They don't secure a trust properly. They don't secure. Jesus Christ, go to any home inspector's channel on this app. You will find thousands of substandard homes. Homes that are not built to code. Homes that are going to fall apart in 10 years because somebody decided they didn't want to let the concrete sit long enough. Or because they didn't want to frickin' nail this up where it was supposed to be. They didn't want to apply the siding properly.
I mean, I think you're being either naive or crazy hyperbolic, right? You know what I mean? And here's the point: is that what happens is that the middle class jobs, right? Okay, you know what I do? I drive a forklift, right? That used to be in the 70s. That used to be, a working man's job, right? The company I work for, right? Most of the people that are there, right, I would truly, really kind of like question their credentials, right? You know what I mean? I really would. And I'm not saying that they're not good workers. They are. And I'm not saying that they're good people, because they are. There's no question about it. However, nobody wants to be a forklift driver. No one wants to be a roofer. No one wants to do this. You know why? Because the wages are so fucking low in these positions, because we have, according to your numbers, 12 million people that are willing to do that.
It's
If
unskilled. A forklift
it's not,
driving?
well, it's not. Roofer, no. Roofer, okay, yeah, forklift driver is, but roofer's not. Electrician is not.
I agree.
Plumber's not.
Roofing's
right? Laying
also not
concrete's
necessarily like roofing's very hard and dangerous. It's not rocket
Yes.
science though.
Well, it's you have to be skilled. I promise you.
Now,
You have to know.
you're
what you're
talking to somebody who used to own a roofing company.
doing. Okay, so you know that roofing mechanics have to know what they're doing. Not everybody can do it. It's hard
It's not
work.
hard. You
but-
could literally read the back of the fucking wrappers on a shingle, a pack of shingles,
come on,
and
brother.
put a roof up.
Come on, bro.
No,
Come on,
that's
man.
literally the truth.
Come on, bro. You're reaching here, man. You're
No,
reaching. Here's the
I'm
thing.
not. It's 4 nails, 6 nails, and a fucking felt. It's not hard.
All right. So you know what? You know what this really sounds like? And this is crazy, right? This sounds like fucking pure racism, right? So it's like, you know what? Let the white guys get in front of a computer and let the immigrants fucking nail the shingles to the roof. And that's good for us.
I want the immigrants to come here, and I want them to have families here. And I want them to have children that can then go to the same colleges and earn the same opportunities.
Right.
That's what I want. I don't
That's
want
what I
them
want
to be
as
in
well.
second class. I want them to have opportunity, the same
Right.
opportunity that we have, just like it says on the Statue of Liberty.
Yes. I agree. That's what I want.
Because
That's what I want.
America.
But we have a
That's
process.
what America is. Bring me your tired, your hungry, your huddled masses yearning to be free. That's what we
agree.
want. That's what America is about. America's not about shutting a door.
No,
It's about
I
opening it.
agree 100%. However, there's
It's
a
about
process.
making a country so great that when people come here, they look at their old country and they say, fuck that. I'm hanging here. I'm going to be like these guys.
Well,
Instead of making a country where everybody hates us.
Well, here's the thing. There's a process for that. Right? There's a process for that.
And it's very
no one
hard.
wants to-
It's very
Right.
hard. It's very long. It's very expensive.
Right.
It's meant
Okay.
to be broken. It was literally made to be broken. Like you
Oh,
literally, if you want a better life for your children, if you don't want them to be targeted by gangs, or if you don't want your sister to be turned into a prostitute, and the rule is that if you come and you try to come illegally, you're gonna get hit with a $250 fine. You're gonna fucking do it.
Okay, so you're saying that it's justified to violate the process that we have set in place, right? You know what I mean? And just
I
because
would.
it's so unfair and so hard to be able to do it, let's just break the rules. Let's just
Yeah,
not
I would.
follow the rules.
Yeah, risk
would?
reward.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
I would.
you know,
I
how
would do
come- how
anything
come
for my.
when-
If I had a kid, I would do anything for my kid. Anything.
How come people are not? How come Finland doesn't allow anybody to come in? You know, how come? Why is it so difficult to get into Germany? You understand what I'm
It's
saying?
not. You
Why
don't
is
even
it
need a
this
passport
much?
to
It's
get into
not?
Germany.
It's really not.
What?
No, I know like 3 people that have migrated to Germany already.
Okay,
They
all right,
will
let
pay
let
me
let
to
tell you
come to
something right
Germany.
now.
I can go to
If
Germany
you-
right now. If I can prove that I make $1,200 a month to doing this, they'll take me.
Right.
Yeah.
What, as a citizen?
Yes, as a visa,
No,
not a citizen,
no,
but they will give me a visa.
Right.
I
You
Because
will.
if you can
visa.
make that
Now, what
money,
happens
yeah,
when you
you're paying
overstay your
taxes.
visa? Right. You can get a work visa, right? But what happens when you overstay it? What happens then?
I'm sure they don't spend $1 trillion on hunting those people down.
No, because
That's
they're
what
a
you wanna
small,
do.
they're a smaller country.
No, they're
No,
the
no,
fucking
you're
fourth
missing the
largest
point.
economy on Earth.
Who's what? Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways,
guys-
my point is this: they're not the people that are immigrating to this country, right? They're not going to countries that actually have a better economic, right, situation than we do here, right? They come here because their country is so fucking terrible and they're so fucking poor that they're
Because of
willing to
what we
leave
did
their
to
own.
them. Usually.
Because, oh, Jesus Christ, what do we do to them, right? So now it's all our fault, right? It was the
Usually.
American oppression in Latin America that now is forcing them into our country to be able to work for shit wages
Yes,
and barely
yes,
get by.
Brooklyn. Yes,
Oh
actually,
my God, bro.
yes.
Jesus
Brooklyn, why
Yes.
is
As
Venezuela broke?
intelligent as you two
Why
guys
is
are,
why
right?
is Venezuela
As
broke?
intelligent as
Brooklyn,
you two guys are.
Brooklyn.
Oh my
Why is
God.
Venezuela broke? Why is Venezuela broke?
Venezuela doesn't have to be broke.
Why are
Venezuela
they
could be
broke?
the
No, what
richest-
caused them to
Well,
be
they are
broke?
now.
They
They
were
are
at
now
one point in
because
time
we
they were
shut
making a
off their
shitload of money. Why are they broke? What
Well,
caused that?
we blockaded them. However, if they
Yeah.
started to do business
We
in the
sanctioned
Western
the
world,
shit out of them.
no.
Why
I
is
agree.
Russia now broke? Why is Russia now broke?
Well, I don't think Russia's broke. I don't think
Oh,
Russia's
they're broke.
I don't
Trust
think
me,
so.
man. They're
They're not
broke.
broke. They're,
Yeah.
they're having a problem with the
Have
Ukrainians.
you seen
but
the
I don't
value
think
of the
they're broke.
ruble? Have you seen the value of the ruble? Yeah,
Well,
I don't think
I mean-
you have. I don't think you've looked at that out of curiosity.
You have to understand.
So I don't think you can
something,
really
that
speak on it.
Everything fluctuates
U.S.
on the
sanctions
dollar.
destroy nations. U.S. sanctions destroy nations. And if we do that to nations that don't have a good economy in the first place, like we did with Nicaragua, like we did with Guatemala, it destroys those countries.
They don't have
Causes a lot of
resources there.
problems.
Venezuela is the only South American
had
company that really
people.
has any kind of resource.
They had
people. Yes,
people.
they have people. Yes,
They had
they have
labor.
no resources though.
They had labor. Oh, they do. They have forests. They have trees. They have lumber. They have coal. Lots of it.
Check. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, what's up, man? You wanted to add
Yeah, hey,
something.
Les.
Yeah, so this has been I was going to talk about the first guy, but I can talk about that later. So I know we've talked quite a few times and you've smoked me every time. But put it down in the calendar. I agree with Pickles almost 100% on this. So it seems like every time I talk to you, I have a new job, but now my job is a little more permanent. So my degree is in engineering, but I have a construction background. I actually now teach kids building trades through BOCES. And Brooklyn, unfortunately, everything that you said is 100% incorrect. They are not taking, they are not, the jobs that they're being offered are actually really high paying jobs. For example, throwing glass for solar panel companies pays $56 an hour in New York. I know that because I worked for Blattner. And what they did was they brought in, and they were sued for it. We've been paid out for it. This is absolutely something that happened, and they're still operating to this day, and it's really shameful. But they brought in 3 buses of Haitian immigrants, told them that they were going to pay them $1 a panel, and had them throw up panels so poorly that we had to go fix them. Not the illegal immigrants' fault. They're trying to pay for their families to give them food on the table. I don't blame them. I think that it's actually extremely wrong that if they think that they are really good workers, why wouldn't you get them green cards and allow them to do it the same way that we're doing it? So shame on the company, not on the immigrants trying to pay for their kids. Before this job, I also worked for construction robotics, where you were saying that they're not automating the construction industry. They absolutely are. I was a part of it. I was in Florida in a road show seeing the work that the immigrants that you were talking about were doing. It was terrible, not because they're bad masons, but because they weren't being regulated, because the same companies that are not following the rules on getting immigrants their proper visas and their proper green cards so they can work legally are also skirting other regulations. So those buildings are actually being torn down or redone. So you're wrong there as well. The idea that these jobs are low paying is absolutely not true. I have 3 different students that have been out of the trades for 4 years and are now making anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 a year with 4 years of experience, no college. I've got students that are not going to college now. One of my students placed top 3 in his school, and he's not going to college because he got a quote unquote full ride to an engineering school that was going to pay him, or that was going to pay his tuition $30,000 a year, but his tuition was $60,000 a year. So he still was going to be walking out of college with over $100,000 in debt, where he could just go to lineman school and make that money instead. So this idea, I'm a big advocate for fixing our immigration system, but it's not for the same reason. It's not because I think that illegal immigrants are villains. It's because I think that companies are taking advantage of them. They're taking advantage of people that are actually just trying to feed their kids. And then it's still, so I agree that it is hurting the working class American, but in a completely different way. It hurt me when they laid me off and I went from having a job that was paying me $56 an hour to having no job whatsoever. And I had to wait a year to get my paycheck from that settlement. But it wasn't because the immigrants did anything to me, the illegal immigrants did anything to me. It's because a company did the wrong thing. So I completely agree that we need to reform the system. But I disagree that it's because there is this mass group of evil people coming in to do evil things. I hope that clears things up. And as far as kids not wanting to go into the trades, every year for the last 4 years, our classes have been so full that we don't have enough teachers to actually teach these kids responsibly, and we're being put in charge of anywhere from 15 to 16 kids per teacher, and there's 3 to 4 teachers in each classroom, and we have 2 classes that go a day. So you're looking at 90 kids per day learning this stuff. So there's absolutely kids that want to go in the trades. There is the demand for it. It's a time frame thing. But so unfortunately, all of the things that you had said previously, due to the experience that I have, it's just simply not true.
Well, let me respond real quickly. I agree with you and what the problem is. I don't think that people that are coming into this country are bad people. In fact, with my experience, they're great people. I really do. I have a problem with exactly what you said, that these companies are taking advantage of the fact that they'll take lower wages for better jobs, right? So what happens is if we were able to change that, right, change the amount of immigrants in this country, those companies would have to fall in line and start paying wages, right? You know what I mean? That people would be willing to take these jobs. No one's going to put in, solar panels for less than $50 an hour. It's a freaking pain in the ass job. It's heavy and it's hot. And what I'm saying is that it's going to open up opportunities, because these companies, they would have to either go bust or they would have to start paying some decent wages.
So,
you understand what I'm saying? That's the problem.
Well, I hear you on that. 2 things. First, the reason that they were paying the 56 an hour is because it's prevailing rate. They have to, because they were getting partially state funded. The ones that are non-union that are doing it are closer to like 20, 25. So people are doing it for less wages. It's just that was the reason why. That's a very specific instance. And if that's true, that you feel the same way, that's great. I'm glad we can agree. I am a little confused on why you started the conversation vilifying. I mean, obviously talking about a very bad person, but then using it to vilify immigrants as a whole on that. So I think you might, I hope that you've changed your opinion since you started talking to Pickles, which that's awesome. That's a great thing to do. Good for you on that. And that's a great thing. But if your original intent was to talk about the companies like I was talking about, I just want to know why you started with the guy who unalived another person, which I agree is horrible and should not happen.
Because what happens is that the people on the left, from what I've noticed, right? They're like, you know what? Let's just not follow the rules. Let's vilify ICE. Let's vilify everybody. Let's make Trump out to be the worst possible person in the world. Let's just forget the rules. The reason why I bring this up, this man was incarcerated, right? He was incarcerated for a burglary, right? He got arrested. He had a detainer lodged against him. They knew they had a detainer. California said, look, we're going to OR you on this burglary. We know about your legal status, so we're not even going to put a bail on you. What we're going to do is we're going to release you on your own recognizance, and we're not going to cooperate with the federal government. We're not going to turn you over to the federal government. So he gets released. He comes back to the same county jail in front of the same judge with the same charge, with the same warrant. That same judge lets him out of jail, right? And then he commits this horrible act. Now, let's say that happened to a bunch of other people that got arrested for whatever silly reasons, for, you know what I mean? Less things than burglary. But we have to follow the rule of law. Until the voters
this doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. We have to follow the law. Come on, dude. Really?
Well, I'd ask you a couple questions.
This is somebody who spent 30 years in prison. If you don't know me, I spent 28 years in the California Department of Corrections.
Yeah, you robbed the bank, right?
So Brooklyn, you seem to like these stories. I'll tell you about another story. How about a story about a retired U.S. Army veteran that was promised citizenship when he enlisted. Never got it, has been in this country for decades, has a family, was just picked up by ICE recently.
So
and detained for, what was it, like 3 weeks, I believe?
He was in the American military?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, you can do that as an immigrant.
As a non-citizen?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you
I was
can.
unaware.
There is
Yo,
no
that's
citizenship
ridiculous.
requirement to go into the military. As a matter of fact, that has been a stick and carrot incentive in the military for a very long time about promising citizenship or an expedited pathway to citizenship. But even these people are sitting in this country for decades without that promise being fulfilled. Are you saying that those people should be shipped out too? Because they are undocumented, technically speaking.
No.
But these are the people that ICE is detaining. And I'm going to specify something. I'm going to say they're detaining. Because the problem is, if you look at the detainment numbers, and then you compare those to the actual deportation numbers, at least the few we can fucking get, they don't add up. We are detaining far more people than we're deporting. And why do you think that is? Maybe it's because the companies that are doing it, the private prisons that Donald Trump is putting in charge of these places, make $300 a head, and he owns direct stock in their company.
You know what? I've heard this argument too, that this is all a scam by Donald Trump to use geo services to incarcerate 60,000 people without giving them a hearing to make money. Come on. Donald Trump doesn't need money.
There are over a dozen reports so far of people that have been willing to self-deport and denied the opportunity.
Well, that's very hard to believe. I don't believe that. I would
Then don't go look for yourself. Go look for yourself.
I know.
The ACLU did a pretty good piece on it.
Hold on. I know the process
because these people are suing the federal government for it. There are active lawsuits taking place right now.
I know the process has been slowed down when it comes to self-deportation because of the overflowing courts, right? We only have about 600 immigration judges in this country, right? In our entire country, we only have 600 immigration judges. That's one of the problems. We can't handle the caseloads, right?
You don't need an immigration judge to self-deport, my guy.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. You have to go in there.
You just don't.
No, that's not true.
You announced to effect. That's the way the Trump administration said.
It's not true.
When they offered the financial, because they're offering them money, aren't they?
You're incorrect.
They're offering them money, aren't they? You report yourself to a federal officer, and they will see you out of the country.
Right. Well, right.
That was the promise.
Initially, this is what they said.
Initially, huh? So no, you don't need
hold on
a judge.
Listen to me. The
because no law changed.
No, the law did not change, and we're talking.
Yeah.
Initially, that was for the people that were not incarcerated, right? The people that we have 60,000 immigrants incarcerated now. It's about 65,000 people. What happens is that they're overloaded in court. They can see it self-deport. It's going to take them 7 or 8 weeks to get into to see a judge, right? Once they see that judge,
like I said, they're being denied. They're not being allowed to fill out the paperwork.
I don't.
They're being denied.
I don't. For what?
Like I said, there are several lawsuits taking place right now against ICE and the federal government for literally.
ICE has nothing to do with immigration courts. ICE has zero to do with immigration courts, right? ICE is simply a law enforcement agency that arrest and detain them, and that's it. That's their job. They're the cops. They are not the judges. They are not the court. So ICE has nothing to do with it. People don't like ICE because they're untrained and you know what I mean, and they're
killing people like the guy you're screaming about earlier.
Well, look, I mean, there's been some problems, right? I have to agree. Right, you know what I mean, in the way they're doing things, but that could be due to a lack of funding, and they're not being trained right.
Their funding's being tripled, yes, and they increased the size of fucking of the departments, and they cut the training by 2/3. Yes,
right, and there's
a literal negative IQ move. Yeah, you don't say.
I think.
What do you mean?
If we
there's a problem with that. I
on
agree.
Something real quick. I just want to clarify as well, just so you know. I am a conservative. I did vote for Trump. I absolutely do regret that decision. And I've talked about it before on this live. One thing that I would recommend that you do as well is maybe stop listening to the fear mongering from the right that you get where it says that liberals just want to break all the laws. Because Pickles is left leaning, like he's on the left, and I don't ever hear him advocating for breaking laws or being
I didn't make that
When
claim.
you say the things like, hey, like the left just wants us to break all laws, I would argue maybe listen to a few of them first. And I'm not saying that as an insult. I hope I'm not trying to be condescending either. I mean, I used to deal with the exact same issue where I would just listen to a whole lot of right-wing media, and then I would go in with a head full of steam, being super angry, thinking I knew exactly how they thought. And then I'd listen for about 5 minutes and I'd be like, wow, I was totally wrong. They don't think that way at all. They also love America and want to see America do well. They just disagree on how we get there, which is completely fine. So just
hold on.
so you know, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, right? I consider myself a centrist, right? You know what I mean? I watch about 10 minutes of news a day, 5 minutes of Fox and 5 minutes of CNN, just to see what happened. I don't trust any kind of media. Most of my conversations comes on this app, and if you say on this app, and this is my only real experience, right? There are people flying Iranian flags. Right? You know what I mean? You guys are a little bit different. This is the first time I came across you, but literally hate America, fuck America, the systemic wise, racism, everything is bad. They without question have Trump derangement said. And I also supported Trump, and I'm starting to lose a lot of support for him because of his prosecution, what's going on in Iran. Right? I really believe that he was going to do something. He didn't do it. So he turns out he's just another politician like the rest of them. I supported him because I thought he was a regular guy. I thought he told the truth. And I thought that he had the balls to go in there and do what he needed to do. He didn't. Now all we're doing is playing battleship with friggin' Iran, costing money and lives. That's ridiculous. Makes no sense. Right? So this is my point. The left are heading towards a socialist program that's heading towards communism, which does not work in this friggin' country, right? We are a capitalist country.
That's fear mongering. It's not true.
Why is that fear mongering?
Fear mongering.
No,
you're talking about
because they're barely touching the tip of socialism.
Yeah, we are to the right. Like the Liberal Party in America is to the right of most conservative parties in the world. We are the centrists. I'm a centrist. You are far right.
The other thing to remember is you're talking to a liberal content creator right now, and they're not advocating for communism. So the things that you're hearing where people are saying, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, you're talking to one right now, and have you heard him at any point in time in his life? And if you're new, dude, keep watching. Like I said, I'm a conservative that voted for Trump, and I followed Pickles as soon as I saw him because he's taught me a lot, and he's a very level-headed guy. Not trying to stroke your ego, but the truth of the matter is when you actually talk to liberal content creators or just people that are on the left, they're not advocating for communism. That's a fear-mongering tactic because it's easier to paint somebody as a communist than it is to talk to them about their debate points. It's easier just to say, no, communism bad, you're a communist, so therefore you're bad, than go, okay, well, maybe you actually might have a point there that maybe, there is room for moving. So
fear-mongering over communism, Sharia law, all these things that will never happen in America. There's a fringe party of democratic socialists in America.
Right.
We're talking like a few dozen people. Less than 5 have been even elected. By the way, we're liberals. Like 50% of the country's liberals. We can't even get laws we want fucking passed. I don't think socialists are going to get anywhere anytime soon.
Well, I mean, the DSA is making, they're making strong moves. I live in New York City, right? Zoran Mondani.
The DSA is not strongly socialist.
What's that?
They're not strongly socialist. They have a lot of big heady goals. Admittedly, they've got a few trigger word ones like abolishing the Senate and shit like that. But a lot of the other policies. Look at what Mamdani just had. Did you see the water balloon fight in Central Park the other day on a record hot day? That was probably one of the most unifying things I've seen come out of New York in decades. I'm 50, my guy. Understand something. I'm 50 years old. Up until 2014, I was a registered Republican. I'm going to say something that a lot of people don't like to hear me say. I'm a neocon from way back in the day. And I tell you what, the modern Democrat Party has more in common with my core values than the Republican Party ever could at this point. Go ahead and take a long look at Ronald Reagan's campaign promises when he first ran, and look at what Joe Biden's policies were. They're not far from each other.
Hold on.
You want to know what JFK was? JFK campaigned on universal health care. He did.
But did you see
These
how
are
much
not new
money was in
ideas.
this
This is not
country
new shit.
during the Reagan era?
We are.
The guy who
I
gave
saw
everyone
this country during the
amnesty.
Reagan era, and it's why every comedian from the 80s to the 90s made fun of Reaganomics, because everybody knew it doesn't work.
I
Doesn't work.
apologize for sidetracking, but I'm going to get off and let other people hop on. The only other thing I wanted to add was that sidetrack from that original guest that was pushing the divine authority really hard. I know that sounds like a troll and a joke. I'm not saying I support it. What I'm saying is one of the things that I've been recently doing is working on possibly getting into OCS for the reserves so I can teach and be in the reserves at the same time. And I was just at MEPS, and one of the legitimate things that they stopped and talked to us about was the religious extremism that is making a huge move in the military right now that is extremely concerning. And it's exactly what that guy was saying, whether he was trolling or not. It's very concerning that is legitimately happening. As a Christian and as a conservative, I support neither of those things. I think that's crap. It's not biblical. And it's scary what that's doing. The same thing with the guy that was he was either a bot or AI in your chat that was saying you can't be a
Military member without a citizen.
without being a citizen. One of the kids at MEPS with me is a citizen of Thailand who's trying to come into the U.S. So I don't know how much more I can get for proof other than I was literally just there earlier today, and that is the case. And also we had a full sit down conversation about the concerns and how to avoid accidentally being indoctrinated into religious extremism and how to avoid it. If that's happening at the level of MEPS, that's extremely concerning as, for one, a Christian, because I don't want to be associated with that. I don't agree with it. And it's not biblical. And for two, as an American citizen who believes very much in free will and free choice, and that shouldn't be a thing. So this is, like I said, mark it down in the calendars. This is the first time that I'm coming on to be a friendly and agree with you, and it feels nice to not get completely cut up this time. So have a good one, Pickles.
Yo, I appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for the galaxies, man.
I'm going to drop you a follow, man.
You know what, guys? I have to be honest with you because I've never came across your page before. So I kind of used that tragedy as a kind of gotcha moment, right? You know what I mean? But the truth of the matter is that I do not practice identity politics, right? You know what I mean? I think we have a lot of problems in this country that need to be dealt with, right? You know what I mean? And we can't do it being separate. Right, it doesn't happen. Right, it does not happen, and there's a lot of fear with what's going on with, you know what I mean, because this country is heading in a very, very dark place. I believe that. I mean, we're indoctrinating our children to believe things that are simply not true. Right, we're taking away history. We're manipulating language. Right, have you ever read Orwell's book? Right, it's kind of, you know what I mean. It kind of looks that way, and it's sad. Now, I don't know if it's just this app. I really don't know, because most of my political talk is on this app, and it could just be a bunch of lunatics. But you seem pretty decent and a centrist, right? You know what I mean? There is a problem. We have to overhaul things, and we can't just blame everything on Donald Trump, because the truth of the matter is Donald Trump will be gone in 2 years anyways. And you know what I mean? This problem is going to remain. Right, so let's stop blaming it on some guy that acts like an asshole. You know what I mean? Because he's not that stupid. He's not as stupid as he sounds, anyways. You know what I mean? It's the truth. I like his ideas. We have to get back to a place like in the 1970s and 1980s in this country, when there was a strong middle class. And the reason why I say that, because I'm the working poor, and it sucks being the working poor. Right, and that country, we didn't have that here.
Have you ever looked up what caused the wealth gap? What deleted the middle class? It wasn't Democrats.
Well, I don't know who it was politically. I know what happened is that when a lot of the unions broke up and a lot of the companies started to go offshore because they wanted to, you know, one of their biggest overhead was payroll, right? So companies, especially large companies, their
was
biggest
Reagan.
overhead. So I believe.
It was
I don't know
Reagan.
that
It
it was
was
Reagan.
Ronald
There was a
Reagan.
lot of money in the 80s, brother. There was a lot of money in this country in the
No,
80s.
it was
There really
Ronald
was.
Reagan cutting the corporate tax in half.
Yeah, but these large corporations, they generate so much money. They deserve a break, brother. You know what I mean? Look, I literally make like $23 an hour, right? You know what I mean?
Wait a minute,
They take a third of my
Brooklyn.
wage.
What do corporations pay federal corporate taxes on? What do they
I
pay
don't know.
corporate taxes on?
I don't know much about it.
Do they pay it on? Okay, like let's say I own a company. I generate a gross $1 million in the year. I spend $800,000 of that on everything: labor, marketing, whatever. Right? How much did I make?
$200,000.
How much is my profit? $200,000. Okay.
Right.
Do I get taxed on the $1 million or do I get taxed on the $200,000?
You get taxed on the 200,000.
Correct. Thank you very much. Now, if I take that $200,000 and I give all of my employees raises to take up that $200,000, and I no longer have $200,000 full dollars of profit, how much tax do I pay on it?
What do you mean? How much?
Zero. What he's explaining to you is if you don't want a tax liability and you you can just give your employees giant raises, which is what used to happen. That's why everyone's fucking
Oh,
poor
okay.
now.
No, I understand your point. So what you're
So-
saying is that they're
That's why we have
they're
pensions
giving
and
all of these big
retirements
salaries to
and-
top people in the company. I understand that.
This is a graph of the wealth gap. And do you see where 1980 hits? This is where Reagan got his dirty fucking dick beaters on the tax code. and the two classes run away from each other. They're just the fucking divorced after that.
All right,
That's
I
exactly what
understand.
happened.
I understand, but the justification for that is if you use that analogy, right, is that okay? So you made $200,000 profit, but you also spent $800,000. So in that, with that $800,000 going into the community, right, that would offset the taxes.
But
that
that
you
was
paid.
the-
but that
They never do that.
$800,000 going into the community doesn't accrue at all because again, I spent that
How does
in
it accrue? You're
marketing
spending that
materials
money and
and
it's
other
going
things.
back.
I already was going to spend that money. That money was already going to be spent by my company. My company has to spend that money in order to generate the $1 million worth of total gross income. We have to spend that. That had to be done in order for the million to even exist.
I
That's where
understand.
that doesn't equate. So when you tax corporations, taxes on corporations are just an incentive for those corporations to then spend that money they make on profit into the community. Because when corporate taxes were young, like in the 60s and 70s, when we had a great middle class, tax loopholes for corporations were really small. You only got tax loopholes for actually putting money into your community, putting money into a library, or putting your money into schools, or putting your money into a training program for your business. Things that helped the community to rise up, to help the lower class people to become middle class. That is how the middle class was built. But then when you take all of that shit away, you reduce the taxes massively on corporations, they get to do stock buybacks, which again were a crime until Reagan came along.
Well, I mean, I understand your point, and again, I'm not well versed in economics, right? However, I do know this. Just common sense will say this. I get taxed on my money, right? You know what I mean? I have an income. I spend my money in the community. I get taxed for sales tax, stuff like that, right? But my contribution into that fund is very, very small, right? I don't, you know what I mean? The money that I pay is not going to affect anything. When you have these larger companies, right, that are spending trillions of dollars, right, with vendors and construction companies and everything that they have to do to spend all of that money, that's going into the community. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't go into the ether. Right? It employs people, right? There's contractors and there's vendors and there's, you know what I mean? Everything else that goes along with that, right? So what happens is that the idea of giving tax breaks to these companies and these people that make larger contributions, right? Let them keep a little bit of their money. I don't hate the fact that someone makes $200,000 a year, especially if he's spending $800,000 to do it. You understand? Now I'm sure what you guys are talking about, and I've heard that there's a lot of like loopholes that fuck over a lot of people, right? But the idea of giving tax breaks to people that make larger contributions is just simple common sense.
Again, when does the policy stop? The conservatives have been running on cutting taxes for the richest of the rich for the last 46 years. When does it stop? Like, I feel like it's just the rich funding the right to continue to do this, to toe the line. We're now at the most deficit situation we've ever been in. 122% of our debt, or 122% debt to GDP ratio, which is worse than World War II. It hasn't been as bad since World War II. If we keep going, when is it going to get better? When are we going to finally feel the piss, trickle down on us? I don't think it's going to happen.
If it was, I was just going to say that he's literally talking about trickle down economics. Just bring up the window, man. You know what happens when you Google does trickle down economics work?
Well, if I was king of the world,
show him.
There'd be a flat tax, right? There'd be a flat tax, 10%.
Trickle down economics does not work. Trickle down economics does not work. Never has, never will.
Flat taxes
will not work.
Flat tax is also regressive. So there's a thing called marginal utility. Have you heard of it?
No.
So the idea of marginal utility is that for every dollar you make, it's worth less than the last. So if a 10 billionaire lost $20, not as detrimental as like a poor person on the street losing their last $20. So and that rich person's going to be able to make.
It would only cost them 10% of the $20. It would only cost them $2, whereas it's going to cost the billionaire, 20% of $10 billion, right?
Yeah, I know. And he has the capital to make that money back.
Well, I mean, it takes. I don't hate people because they have an opportunity to make money. It takes money to make money.
It's just having a progressive tax system. So progressive tax system allows for new competition to roll into the market without as many speed bumps, with as few obstacles as possible, and it makes economic mobility faster. That's why you see every country, the Nordic model that champions like a progressive tax rate does a far better job than any country with the opposite.
So let me ask you a question. Why would a billionaire, if he's going to get taxed progressively, if he's going to have to pay more into why would he continue to innovate? Why would he continue to work? Like
nobody,
why, you know what I mean?
Like nobody sits around going, fuck, well, the tax system just made my taxes when I'm a billionaire 7% higher. I'm going to stop inventing this awesome thing. Like, I don't think that's a thing. Like, Trump wakes up every day and he figures out how he's going to squeeze fucking money out of the public. But he has billions of dollars. It doesn't stop him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I mean, like, again, I don't know a lot about economics, right? You know what I mean? But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that a person should have to pay more simply because they produced more, right?
It's time to pay back. In fact, you can think of it this way. Flat tax would be like maybe fair, like in theory, but to make the economy more efficient, you're forgiving people's tax liabilities at the beginning of the economy or at the bottom of the economy, and you have to finally pay them back when you get to the top. When you win capitalism, it's time to start paying your taxes because you can, not because someone's jealous, not because someone's mad, because we have a fucking $1 trillion military that you're standing behind, and it's not free. Because you have roads, because you have all these things.
As it stands right now, we create $38 trillion a year. Right, there's 320 million people. We have the money to be able to spend it, right? You know what I mean? But what happens is that what about all of the free riders? Why should someone go to work, right? Seriously, why should someone go to work if there's going to be social programs that's going to pay for their housing, it's going to control their rent, right? You know what I mean? It's going to give them EBT cards.
Social programs with
why be an innovator?
Social programs with contingencies are the ones that work. And this might be a controversial take to some people, but you will see people like lolling and be stuck in those social programs if you don't add contingencies like work or like drug testing and a time limit or something. Sure, I can agree with you on that, but that doesn't. There's not this just giant ocean of people who've figured out how to not work. And by the way, that's 1% of our fucking tax dollars. If somebody's managed to convince you that that's your problem, that that's the problem the United States is facing, is that we spend fucking 1% of our tax revenue on food
On
stamps.
entitlements, 1%. I'm gonna
No.
have to fact check you on that one.
No, if you want to talk about Social Security and Medicare, those are self-funded. So you can just
Right.
those are
Right.
you
Well,
don't
no,
you don't
right.
have to
It's
not
Social
think about
Security,
that.
people pay into it.
Yeah,
But I'm
so
talking about all the other entitlements.
all the other stuff. It's like
Brooklyn, when you're
food stamps,
talking about
1%.
All right.
Yeah, when you're talking about those tens of trillions of dollars generated in GDP, do you think it's fair for the top 1% of the United States households owning over a third of that wealth?
No,
Because
it's
that's what it
ridiculous.
is. The top 1% owns 1/3 of that GDP. Tax them. Put that money back into circulation in the economy. That's what keeps the economy healthy.
I mean, it just
Economy is like a circuit, like an electrical circuit. It has to go in a loop. It has to complete its circle. The money can go up to wealthy people, but then the money has to come from those wealthy people to come back down to the poor people. That has to happen. We have a finite amount of
aren't
wealth.
these wealthy people employing millions of people? You know what I mean? Aren't they employing millions of
Aren't
people?
those millions of people making those wealthy people super wealthy?
Well,
It goes
yeah,
both
I mean,
ways.
that's what capitalism does, right? So what happens is that you make money, right? I don't think it's a shame or a sin to make money. They're providing jobs, right? I work for,
Which is why the idea of socialism keeps getting more and more appealing. Because the idea of socialism is that socialism is democracy in the workplace. That means you as a worker have a right to dictate where that company, what direction they go, how they spend their money, how they invest, and how they make wages. That's unions. That's the core of socialism. And that's why people are getting enticed by it right now, because like you just said, that's capitalism, baby.
Okay, so how much money did the workers invest? How much of their capital did they risk? How involved were they on the research and development? Right? You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what?
Sometimes
I'm
it's
gonna
so.
do this.
Sometimes it's worse. I think your life and your labor is an investment. Some people spend 20 years of their fucking life at a job. I think that's worth more than any dollar amount you could show me that some fuckface pulled $2,000 together and got $100,000 bank loan. He doesn't deserve to control and hold people hostage for the rest of their lives without paying at least their fair share. When capitalism starts working for you, you should start paying back.
I agree 100%. I believe in profit sharing. I believe in
most of that research and development is done by the workers. Most of that research and development is actually accomplished and done and processed by the workers, not the owners. They don't do that.
I don't know.
They sit at a desk.
I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for the conversation. I'm probably not at the level of understanding that you guys are, but I mean, just for me, it's kind of intuition based, right? You know what I mean? Like there's things that are right and there's things that are wrong. Stop hating on a fucking millionaire. Like what's the percentage of billionaires that we have in this country?
Go to your local public library. Go to your local public library and check out an Econ 101 textbook. Just check it out and read it, cover to cover. Start there.
Well, you know what? Here's the truth. I got education while I was in prison. I never read a book until I went to prison, right? I got a master's degree, right? I got a master's degree in social work, right? And when I was doing that program, I was being indoctrinated by the left, right? And I knew it, right? And then I didn't study econ. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I didn't do any kind of economics class. It was all kind of social type of shit, right? You know what I mean? And I was sickened by what their thought process, right? You know what I mean? So as a capitalist, this is a capitalist country, maybe I should have a better understanding of how economics actually works, right? As an intuition, it doesn't seem like, you know what, people that are fucking putting, you know, billions and trillions of dollars into this company have to now, because they're doing so well, pay more than their fair share to fucking keep a bunch of free riders with their head above water. You know what I mean?
That's
And
why
that's
I
what
told you to go read the book. That's why I told you to go read the book. The book explains it.
I will,
The
brother.
book
Thank you.
explains exactly why that works.
All right. Maybe I'll take your advice and then do a little bit of research on that. Anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate the time. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you. Thanks for the help on that, Infectious.
Yeah, no problem, man. You know me, man. Numbers and econ, that's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. To anybody else, if any of those topics do not match up, if they don't make sense to you, if you're sitting there like Brooklyn and you're going, you know what, that just doesn't intuitively make it into my head okay. Again, I would say the same thing. Your local library has an Econ 101 book. The same ones that you learn in college. Go read it. It explains it all really easily.
Yeah. I hate that the last thing you said was just kind of scapegoating like poor people. Poor people and the programs, the entitlement programs, are not doing anything to your tax bill or to anybody up top's tax bill. That's not the biggest liability we have. And by the way, like, they're the only ones who are going to be able to foot the bill. Those are like right now. I know you guys heard Jeff Bezos say this. The bottom 50% of the economy only pays 3% of federal taxes. 3. And you know how fucking painful it is for somebody to pay who's $60,000, $50,000 a year to pay like $5,000 in tax. It's so painful, and it does not. It's fucking nothing in the big like picture of things, in the grand scheme of things. They have to pay their taxes, and we're going poor every time we do a tax cut. Every time we do a tax cut, and they're just accumulating wealth at the speed of light. I heard that 3 other times. Yeah. Yeah, and more poverty equals more crime. Exactly. It's a no-brainer to me that we fund things like food stamps and social programs that lower crime, that lower poverty, so that we don't trip over 1,000, houseless people on the way to work every day. It's a no-brainer. In fact, it saves us money in a lot of instances. There's a lot of places where you can see that what did they say? Am I balding? Take that hat off. Yes, I am balding. Thank you for the $2. But yeah, there's a study that you can read, and I'll bring it up real quick. But there's a study that went over the biggest 3 metropolitan areas: Chicago, LA, New York. And they went over how spending money on social programs saves money for the state and the city. It saves money. But somehow rich people have convinced a lot of people that that's making you broke. That's the source of your problems. It's nothing. It's a fucking drop in the bucket. It's nothing. Oh, would they care about my hair? I don't know. They're jealous of my looks. They gotta figure out how I don't look as handsome as I really do.
There's a reason you won't see me without a hat. I'm going shiny. I'm going like Captain Picard bald.
Okay.
I'm gonna end up with the ring.
Yeah. I still crush ass though. Don't worry. Not really. Am I sleeping?
I may be going bald, but I got a great wife and a great girlfriend, so you can kiss my ass.
Who wanted to come up? Picard is the best captain. Fight me. W.
I would fight you. Oh, he left. No, Cisco. Cisco is the best captain, hands down.
Yeah. And again, I heard who said this? Like, nobody judges a country or community about how they treat their richest, like the highest class, the most wealthiest amongst them. They judge your community based on how you treat the lowest, the most vulnerable amongst you. Like, nobody's like, ooh, I want to go live in, I don't know, insert country that's developing that has, you know, a super rich warlord or, you know, dictator running the place.
Yeah, and I would challenge anybody to find a country that has ever made unfettered, unregulated capitalism work, ever in history. I mean, they like to point out, we'll name a communist or a socialist country. There isn't one. Not completely. There isn't a completely capitalist country. There isn't a completely democratic country. We all take bits and pieces of what we know works. And when we isolate those ideas, we don't proceed. We don't grow.
Agreed. Look at Pickles
That
getting
is
cozy.
just fucking cute. Speaking of which, how about an update? How's she doing? How's her health been doing?
She's doing better. Still trying to get her to eat. I think the pain meds make her not hungry. Still trying to get her to eat a little bit. But other than that, she seems good. She's not peeing blood anymore. She's very chipper. She's good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
By the way, just as a mod announcement, why is Pickles only at 50K? Come on now, people. He's been on for a hot minute. There is over 200 people here. Over 200.
Also,
now that TikTok doesn't ding me for talking about it anymore, you can get an auto clicker. They're free. Then you just click one button and then it gets you thousands at a shot.
Also, I have a Cash App and Venmo in the bio. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. If you guys are trying to support the channel, it's the best way to do it. And I will read your message aloud. Or if you're on Super Chat, or on YouTube, you can do Super Chat over $5, and it will text to speech. Hello, Newman.
How did you change the world today? How did you change the hearts and minds?
You should have seen it.
You hypnotized them?
Yeah, I just honey dick them. Just honey dick them, David.
Tell them. What did you tell them? Trump bad?
Trump's bad. We're losing the Iran war. It looks like we got insider information that he might be firing Pete Hegseth for losing the Iran war.
Well, that's cool. That's all right then, right?
We're gonna go for a 95% turnover again. What do you think? Over, under?
I don't know. Did you see?
Yeah, I mean, Carolyn Levitt just lost her job.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Did you hear about that one, David?
Well, the press secretary.
Carolyn Levitt just lost her job.
Yeah, she got canned. Yep. She got shown the door. Yeah, he probably will. What are you going to do in 2 years, though? I mean, when he's not president, or are you buying into the fact he's running again?
No, I'm gonna. So before Trump was president, there's these types of debates. I'm still gonna be helping people deconstruct from their bad positions,
their hangover, their Trump hangover.
Yep.
Well, when he's not president, let's say a Democrat becomes president, you're screwed at that point, aren't you?
No, I think it goes well.
The mentally ill are not going to want to pay. They're not going to want to pay.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, I actually started this, or I started watching these when Biden was president.
And how did you do?
And I wasn't doing it, but I was watching Parker, I was watching Dean, I was watching Tommy. They were all doing fantastic. They're all doing just fine, right?
All right. I don't, if you say so. When he was telling us that inflation was transitory, when the border was closed, all that shit, you were doing it then?
Yeah, I was watching.
Okay.
Watching y'all freak out.
Watching.
Yeah, watching y'all freak out.
Who was freaking?
You guys are freaking out over masks,
Oh, did they
vaccines,
pay?
J6. You guys are freaking out over. So there will be just as much outrage watching y'all cope with what y'all probably call communism here in a few years.
Oh no, I voted. I voted going with the communist.
Yeah.
Aren't you? I think it's pretty cool, actually.
Hmm.
I'm not hurting. I think that's actually the way we're gonna go, and I'm not so sad about it, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
I think we ought to be able to experience what some of the other countries have gone through, and I hope it doesn't take us 80 years to figure out it doesn't work. But it might. It might. Good news is if we go communism, you'll get health insurance, right?
I mean, why not? We've been trying trickle down economics for 40 years, and you guys can't seem to get it through your heads that it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Capitalism sucks.
David,
communism is the way to
Not
go.
capitalism, trickle down economics. There's a difference there.
I get it. I get it.
You'd be very proud of me, David. I saw a teledoc yesterday. It was $50.
You sold one?
No, I saw one, and I got a prescription.
Oh.
It was $15.
That's
It was
cool.
great. It's great.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. You know, I personally think that once we get the rich people taken care of, I think at that point the government can start owning the businesses and the houses and the property. And once that happens, we'll have equity. You know what I'm saying? And I am for equity. Aren't you?
That's not equity.
Yes, it is. Pickles, you rent, right? Wouldn't you rather just have everybody rent
No.
and then pay the government?
No. David, who's telling you that this is the position of the left?
You're not for this?
No. In fact, I can't believe how many people Trump has convinced.
Are you a
that,
dirty capitalist?
I am.
Oh my God. I'm not sure I can talk to you anymore. Dirty capitalist.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who convinced
you for
y'all.
the rich.
Oh man, I
You
think capitalism needs
you
a
don't
lot of
think
checks and balances.
You don't think Elon and Bezos and what's the guy that touches children? What's his name?
Trump?
No, the other one. The guy with the computers.
Lex Wessner.
No, the computer guy. Damn it.
Oh,
He's
Bill
nerdy
Gates.
looking. Yeah, Bill Gates. Bill Gates. Yeah, Bill Gates. Yeah, that guy. You don't think they're evil?
Sure, some of them are pretty straight up evil, but yeah, I think that we could make a lot of use of an effective tax system that taxes these people so that capitalism doesn't just accumulate at the top and people starve at the bottom.
Well, I think we could go to universal basic income where people wouldn't have to work and the rich people could just pay them.
Doesn't Elon Musk doesn't he
promote it.
advocate for that?
He does. He does.
All right, stop straw manning
Um,
my position.
He does promote that. So you're saying he's evil for promoting that? Because I agree with him.
I don't think it's. I actually heard Parker speak on this, and I'll side with Parker that I don't think using universal basic income is good. Something
Why?
like universal, maybe housing, maybe some other stuff. But I think
So everybody
UBI
gets a
might.
free house?
Sure.
Oh, I'm down with that. I'm down with that totally.
Yeah,
So no more rent?
possibly not.
Huh. So what would be the incentive to build a house?
The government pays you.
Oh, good idea. So eliminate private property is what you're saying.
Why would that eliminate private property?
Well, who would own the house?
I don't know. Those conditions are yet to be laid out, right?
Well, if the government paid for the house, wouldn't the government own the house?
Possibly. I don't know, man.
Possibly. Well,
like-
who else would
Like
own it?
you could own your own nicer house, and the basic housing would be free.
Wait. That's a slippery slope. Everybody needs to have the same house.
What?
Yes, there's not
The
going to be
government
an
or the
upper
government could
class,
sell David, the government could
bro.
sell the house at the exact same price that it costs to build it
Oh,
instead
that's
of
a good
needing a
idea.
profit incentive because the government
No
doesn't need a
profit.
profit incentive.
That's a good
The
idea. No
government is a
profit.
nonprofit. The government is a nonprofit organization.
So they'd own it then.
What?
No, they would own it. Well, they would have it built and then they would sell it to the citizens
Oh,
at the same cost that it costs to build it instead of at a profit.
oh,
So the
and they'd live
citizens
in
could
it.
buy the house much cheaper and then they would own it.
Oh, and then they couldn't mark it up when they sell it.
What? Where do you keep adding stipulations
If
that
they
suck?
did improvements, I mean, there's already rules on
What are
that.
you doing?
Improvements.
There's already rules on that. If you don't make any improvements or keep up with maintenance on a house, you're never going to make more money than you spent to buy it. That's not a thing. That's not how capitalism even works.
That's not right. That's not right, dude.
Explain why it's not right. Explain why it's not right.
It's you can sell the house.
Then explain it. If you're so smart to be able to sit here and say, well, that's not right, then
Have you
you
ever
tell
owned
me
a
how
house?
it's not.
Have you ever owned a house?
I haven't owned a house.
Okay, stop with your stupidity.
No. You still, that is not an explanation of how I'm wrong.
I just can't.
You telling me that I didn't own a house doesn't mean
my
that I don't
God.
understand numbers and
You
facts and
don't.
figures.
You
You
fucking
explain to
don't.
me why I'm wrong.
You're so
If you're so
wrong.
smart, you explain to me how I'm wrong.
You're so
Explain it then. Come on, explain it, coward. Come
What
on.
determines the
Explain it
price
then.
of what determines the price of anything?
Partially by demand and partially by market share, by what other items similar to it have sold by.
Okay.
So say if I have a collectible card that somebody is willing to pay $1 million for, that card is worth $1 million.
Right.
It's that easy.
So
Oh, what happened there? Did David get hooked? I think David got hooked by the algorithm. I didn't kick him, and I know Pickles isn't at his desk. He kind of disappeared on us. Well, let's see here. We got a guy in the box, but he's only got 2 followers. I'm sorry, bud. We've got an issue going right now to where we're only taking up people that have at least, maybe 100 or so followers. Sorry, I don't know what happened to David. He's not joining back in the box. I don't know. Maybe the algorithm got him.
All right, dude. David's.
Did Zilla kick him? Okay.
Oh, did she?
Zilla kicked him.
No, Georgia did.
Chupacabra paid.
No, that's Georgia. 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 Thank you for the kick. Thank you, Georgia. David is extra condescending tonight. Lowest form of conversation. Fuck him, please. I've been thinking about it all day, Georgia. I will do it tomorrow. I promise. Tomorrow, I will. Also, I'm very excited. This is going to be my first time trying Huel. Huel, guys. Huel Black.
Ooh, give us a taste test.
I think this is a strawberry banana.
Hello. Hey, I have a question.
Whoa, that's
Are you-
no.
Are you over 18?
Yeah, I am. Sorry. I just have a voice disability. I was born with it. Sorry. I just have something wrong with my esophagus, and I don't know why. I forgot what it's called.
No, that's bullshit.
All right.
That's bullshit.
Literally almost tripped over fucking umbilical cord, dude.
Wait, did you just say you tripped over an umbilical cord?
I said I almost did. Yeah, kicking him out.
I'm just gonna let that one go.
All right. Let's see. Because my freezer, I hope I just left it open or something for a little bit, but all my ice is fucking melted, which is might be a sign from God that ice needs to be, you know, dismantled.
And if it isn't a sign from God, it should have been. Let's see who we got now. I don't know, man. 18 followers. I'll leave that one up to you.
Do they have any likes?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I hate that I can't see it on this side. I need to do what fucking Dean does.
All I see is 18 followers, 43 following. That's all I see. Taylor says they have lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah,
Are you over 18?
yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 18. I turn 18 August 5th,
What year?
2008.
All right, what do you like about Trump?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really like Trump.
Okay, you just up here vibing?
Yeah, I'm trying to chill.
What kind of anime do you like?
Naruto.
You like Naruto? Hold on.
Oh, God.
Rate my Crocs 1 out of 10.
Oh, shit. Yo, 10 out of 10. I love those.
Oh yeah, dude. All right. Eat your vegetables. Vote Democrat.
Okay.
All right, girl.
I had to switch headsets real quick. Mic check, can you hear me?
Yeah. This is
Awesome.
This is good. This is delicious. Yeah, I can get behind this.
Yeah, see, the health food thing I can't do. I had a big old Angus frickin' burger for supper tonight. Big old fat thing. It was probably a quarter pound. Delicious.
What is it? So Huel is a company that just makes like a pretty much meal replacement, but it gives you all the nutrients you need to like. There's two different types. There's Huel Black, which is like protein heavy for people who are like training, and then there's just regular Huel. I got Black, and it pretty much if I just drank this 4 times a day, I could skip all my meals. But I'm only gonna do like 1 or 2 a day, just so I don't have to think about cooking. What does it taste like? They have a bunch of different flavors. I got a vanilla one, and then I got a strawberry banana. The strawberry banana just straight up tastes like a strawberry banana shake. It's good. It's good. It's a little, I don't know, chalky. I feel like there's the strawberry and banana pulp in it. I can taste. It's good. No meal replacements. Whole Foods.
So does it actually taste like strawberry and banana, or does it taste like, fake strawberry banana?
I can tell it's real strawberry and banana.
Nice.
Whole Foods only plus supplements. Are you a fitness nerd, Ruin? I don't know. ChatGPT says that this and a few other things that I'm trying are, but it's real hard for me to hit my macros. Like I'll be at the end of my day, and it's like I need 80 grams of carbs and 60 grams of protein, and I only have 400 calories to do it. Like, it's so hard. All the math is insane. Week at the gym, 3 days, 2 hours a day. I hear that's good. I hear that's good. And not food. Guys, I'm sorry. Chat, we are looking for Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box and tell me why you like Trump.
No, and see, since my last mod announcement, we've only gone from 50K to 65K. Come on, guys. We need those tappers going. Get some fingers going. Tap that screen. Give Pickles a heart me if you haven't given him a heart me yet. That gets us out in the algorithm a little bit better. Especially with 240 viewers. We can get on the algorithm pretty easy. And yes, we can read your comments, me, myself, and I.
Stop counting and weighing food, just causes stress. I don't mind it. My tism likes it. I weigh literally everything I eat.
What's up, Mr. Pickles? Big fan of yours. Trump supporter.
What's
like
up?
your shit.
Oh, thanks,
Your
man.
talent. You're welcome.
Thank you. What do you like about Trump?
I don't know. Maybe border security. Maybe the war in Iran. Maybe tax cuts. I don't know. Maybe since I got two daughters that are both pregnant right now at the same time, their second babies, maybe 1,000 each for the Trump accounts. It's better than nothing, right? They say that'll be about, if you don't do anything with it, $7,000 when they turn 18. I know with inflation it probably won't be much, but it's something.
Nice. The war in Iran, man.
Well, you know what's funny? I know this whole Joe Kent, and he said that they had no nuclear, but in August of 24, he said, you can see it on Instagram everywhere. He sat down and he said they attack our soldiers. They attack our bases and our soldiers over 150 times over a 2-year span. I don't know. Is that not enough?
No.
And you can look that up. You just put Joe Kent, August 24. You'll see what he says. He said that. I didn't make it up.
Joe Kent also said there's no imminent threat.
But we're not going just after nuclear. We're taking out their ballistic missiles. We're taking out their drone manufacturing. Did you know a good point right now? They cannot sell drones to Russia right now because we destroyed their manufacturing facility over there. So Russia's not getting any drones from Iran right now. So that's a positive, right?
Sure. I mean, for $1 billion a day, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some collateral positive stuff we can look at.
And let's not forget, 46 Americans was killed on October 7th. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in what day and age? In 2023,
I think you're like, admittedly, even with your tone, you're like, I don't buy it. Like,
well,
dude,
no, I mean,
come on.
They didn't finance They didn't finance October 7th through their proxies with Hamas. They give them $600 million.
Okay, dude. We killed 200 of their school.
All right,
children.
see, now you're going to go back to I'm talking about present, the last 3 or 4 years. This is a T organization country, and they do that. I mean, look what they're doing now to civilian hotels in Saudi Arabia, in the UAE. I mean, so we're going to just
because
let them
of what
do
we
that?
did. Because of what we did.
I mean, I know. I mean, I think, we got a lot of those countries. I mean, Saudi Arabia is kind of behind us. These countries are behind us.
Remember what Saudi Arabia did to us?
Yeah,
Didn't they fund 9/11? Aren't you still mad about that?
I don't know if they funded it, but their people were working inside the country. So yeah, that was not good. But you know what? think about this. Who did Trump had the Iraqi leader at the White House a couple weeks ago. I mean, I know he's been here before. He visited under Biden too, but I mean, what progress is that we're having the Iraqi leader now in our country? You know what I mean? You could say you don't want him to be there, but that's progress, right? They want peace. So
I don't have faith at all that Trump is the arbiter or a diplomat that's going to bring anybody peace. Obviously, he doesn't even like our own country being at peace.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know if the war was the greatest idea, but in 2020 they bombed our base. Remember, 100 servicemen were hurt, and Trump said they just had headaches. I mean, I thought he would then, but remember, he was going through an impeachment, and maybe it wasn't the right timing, But he's always wanted to go after Iran.
Even Iran said that they won't do any negotiations till Trump is out of office, 2029.
Then we'll just sit here. And
I don't think so.
China and all these
Trump has already
countries
talked about quietly. He wants to leave. He's tossed around the idea, according to I think it's New York Times, that he wants to exit and just declare victory, like everybody said he's going to do.
I don't know. I read
Raymond,
a lot of the
why was Iraq in the U.S.? What were they discussing? What was that meeting about?
I don't know what the meeting was about. You can tell me.
Oh, so you say they want peace, even though you don't know what the meeting was about.
No, I think it was about business. They're trying to westernize.
No, it was to finalize Iraq kicking United States soldiers out of Iraq.
Okay.
It was to finalize the full and complete final withdrawal by, what was it, September, I believe, September 2020, this year? Yeah. That we're going to be fully withdrawing out of Iraq because they kicked us out. Because they're still pissed over the fact that Trump nailed Soleimani on their soil. They've been pissed ever since that. And the fact that he's included them in this stupid Iranian conflict is pissing them off even further. So no, that had nothing to do with peace.
But I mean, obviously, we're not in any feud with Iraq right now. We're talking about Iran. I don't know why we got it. I mean, I just said, if you think about it, Saudi Arabia is making deals. They're getting planes now from us, Boeing 747s. They're getting some weaponry, which maybe we shouldn't give them. But, that's the president's choice. But I think they want to westernize. They want to make money. And I think Russia and China are going to put some pressure on Iran because they are hurting right now. They have gas lines in some of these European countries, and they're hurting. We're not hurting. We have no gas lines here. We have no shortages for gas here. Yeah, it's $1 more, yes, but other than that, we're not the ones suffering. Those countries are suffering, so they're going to have to step up and maybe force Iran to maybe stop this endeavor.
No, they're not going
to. Them.
We can. Our U.S. oil companies are not in any way obligated to sell the United States its oil. They can go sell it to whoever will pay the most, and they will. And that means more expensive oil for us.
You broke up for a second. I'm sorry.
U.S. oil companies have no obligation to sell us the oil, to sell it domestically. So when every other country who's looking for oil right now, who's short on oil, will pay more, that's who they're going to sell it to.
Yeah, I'm going to trust that Donald Trump's got this figured out and his administration, that they're not going to let us have lines for gas. I mean, we'll see.
What are you talking about?
We'll see how long
you trust
this
that he's got to figure it out?
How long
He's twiddling his thumbs right now in the Middle East. He's about to fire Pete Hegseth. He just fired. He's fired just about every meaningful position in his government.
Yeah, Raymond, the United States Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve for the United States is at its lowest level since 1982. Because he's drained so much out of it to try to keep the oil markets afloat. And what's funny is he's not even selling it. He's loaning it out. He's loaning it out. So even when the oil companies start to manufacture more, it doesn't matter because that oil is already expected to come back off the market. Because it's going to have to. They're going to have to pay that oil back.
So what are you saying? So this country has killed 600 of our soldiers over the last 10 years maybe, and that's documented. So now we're not going to do anything to this country because we're afraid about the oil we might not. So what? I don't, you know what? If we have to pay a little more in gas, I don't care. That country needed to be taken care of because they're a T organization. They spot. Well, no, buddy, let me ask you a question. So if we had the technology to get the Ayatollah and 60 generals, and we boom 10,000 boom booms, over 10,000 in their country, we have hit no of their artillery, their navy, their ships, their air force.
It's degraded.
Yeah, it's degraded probably
70-80%. But who's hurting more, like the entire world or them? Like we are watching, like people are dying all across the world, like right now, to the tune of higher than 600 people because of the increased price of oil.
Well, then Iran needs to fucking surrender then, right?
Why would they surrender? That's their intention.
Well, then they don't have to. We'll just keep booming them a little bit more.
There's nothing else to boom. The head of the Navy said it himself. There are no other effective targets to boom. There's nothing.
Unless we start hitting bridges and their
we already
water
did.
supply. I get it.
We did.
I mean,
yeah, we already hit those. We already did those.
And Iran's not making that much money because the strait is kind of closed right now. They're doing some trains with oil, and that's good for them. But they're not selling any oil right now because they can't get through the strait either. So I mean, I don't know. Something's gonna have to give eventually.
Yeah,
dude. What do you mean they can't get through? Iran's not trying to get through the strait. Iran has sunk 3 tankers in the last week?
Yeah. Well, but is Iran exporting oil out of the country right now, except for the train, right? The train they got
overland, yeah. Overland, yeah, because Iran connects directly.
Yeah, but how much oil is that?
17% of all of their exports are oil. I mean, through ground.
Yeah. Now listen, if we have
still 17% of their exports are still getting through to China.
But what I don't understand is, so we should be worrying. I mean, they do T-ism. They hurt our soldiers. You can go look at Joe Kent, what he said in August of 24, and they attack our soldiers 150 times. So we're not allowed to attack them for that. So we should just let that slide.
How many of those soldiers died on U.S. soil, Raymond? How many of those U.S. soldiers died on U.S. soil? How many of them?
But they're still
not
still
one, right? They all died over there on their soil, maybe.
No. Remember. No, they didn't die just on our soil. In 2025, 2 Army soldiers plus an interpreter were killed in Syria. Okay, that was Iran.
I didn't say that they all died on Iranian soil, but some of them did they not? And has that not happened throughout the decades?
Yeah, they're not bombing our. Well, actually, Hezbollah was in Venezuela. Okay, they were actively working in Venezuela. You can look that up too. So I still don't understand when they're attacking our soldiers. I don't care if it's abroad. Why you think we can't attack them? Why can't we?
Because the repercussions.
You're messy. Well, tough. They did it.
What?
Because our soldiers shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Listen, in 20,
because maybe our soldiers should not have been in that harm's way. Would you not agree, Raymond? If they would not have been in that harm's way, would they be dead?
Well, yeah, I know, but we have bases in all those countries over there. We don't have base in Iran, obviously.
Yeah, there you go.
Buddy, if we don't police the Middle East, you know what would happen to us? It would be a nightmare because eventually they will get here and they will plan stuff. More stuff and more stuff. Plus, haven't they tried to unalive the President of the United States? He can go after him just for that, right?
This is so cope. Sure, do it like a precision strike of sorts, but like doing things that are prolonging that could lead us into a 20-year war is stupid. When I was a young kid and one of my teachers in school pissed me off and didn't protect me from a bully, did I want to go punch him in the face? Did he deserve it? Maybe. But I would have been expelled. I would have been like, there's consequences, man. You have to fucking pick your battles.
Well, let me ask you a question. In 2023 and 2024, right now, who the fuck is doing gliders and unaliving 1,500 people? And you think that's acceptable?
I don't know why gliders is like the knife, the twist of the knife.
No, but it's almost unbelievable. They're using gliders and they're unalive, and you think we're gonna sit by and let them do that? and 46 Americans were unalive. Plus, they took hostages for over a year, 2 years, right?
We ran
They just
torture
came back.
programs. We fund all
Dude,
the
that's in
programs
the
that
pa-
fuck
yeah, I know.
them up. We
get
fund
what you're
Israel. We fund Israel's slaughter of people just because they're fucking Muslim and their neighbors.
See what you're doing is you know they're a bad country and they probably deserve this, but now you're going to say
No.
we're a bad country and we shouldn't have went in
Yeah,
there. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I agree. We are not innocent at all. In fact, we are terrorists in their eyes, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I think they could be a little worse because they fund it on a daily basis, and we
So
know
do
that.
we.
Okay, well, I don't know. We live in America, so I'm gonna have to go with us, and they unalive us. Plus, it's already done, so it's not. If you're gonna, what can we do about it? Now we just have to get this exit. That's it.
Now we just have to get out and say we're sorry and hope that this doesn't bite us in the ass for the next 10 years.
Why would we say we're sorry? Fuck them.
For killing innocent school children?
Hey, dude.
Hey,
Apparently
Raymond.
that was. Well,
Raymond, can you see this picture I've got?
No.
Raymond, can you see this picture I got down here?
Yes.
What is it?
Can you big screen me,
It's
buddy?
kind of small. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. All right. You see this picture right here?
Yeah, from the 1950s.
1943, actually.
Yeah. So what?
You know where this is? Where is this?
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you have any idea?
It's hard. Well, I don't know. I can't see it.
It looks like, a standard American town in 1940s, right?
Yeah, they had a nice.
Pretty
country
regular.
back
You
in
see
the
a
day.
couple of women on the street. This is This is downtown Tehran in 1943. This was Iran before the CIA. You want to see more? I got some really cool ones, man. You can see some really cool images. Here's a really neat image right here. This is in the 1940s. This is downtown Tehran.
I get it.
You see women
It was
without face coverings. You see westernization.
And what went wrong?
What went wrong was the
Yeah,
CIA
we
got
put in
involved in Iranian politics. We went wrong.
And we
are the ones that caused that. We created such a problem in Iran. We created such a problem in Iran that they eventually decided to say, you know what? These religious zealots that we have that are screaming crazy shit, they're the only ones that'll stand up against the United States. So we'll put them in charge for a while. See if they can keep these crazy bastards out of our country and quit stealing our money. That's what happened. You want it in a nutshell? That's what happened. And we're continuing to do it today. That shit was finally starting to settle down until 1979, what was it, 1978, 79, when a group of university protesters lost their goddamn minds and they took hostages. And they said, the United States needs to get the fuck out of our country. And they kept those hostages alive for a year and didn't hurt them.
Yeah,
just to say, get the hell out of our country. And then what happened? Reagan turned around and used that to turn around and say, guess what? Iran's evil because of this hostage crisis. And they've been re-villainizing them ever since. That's why Iran hates us. That's why those people stand on the street saying death to the United States. That's why. Because we can't leave them the fuck alone. I'm sorry I kind of ran.
They're not.
Pisses me
They're
off.
not all innocent. They're not all innocent in this, right? I mean, we know that, right? I mean, obviously they do some horrendous things, right?
For their country, innocent and trying to keep us the hell out of their politics and out of their problems. For us to just leave them as a sovereign nation.
There's not a country or a group of people on Earth that's just completely innocent. We could justify if Trump wanted to justify invading any country, he could.
Why are they bombing civilian hotels in the UAE and Saudi Arabia? Civilian hotels.
Because we are fucking terrorizing them.
Why are they bombing why are they booming their neighbors? They have boom us, but boom our bases, but don't go after their hotels. Why are you doing that? Why are they doing that? Is that a war crime? Would that be a war crime?
It sounds like they were trying to hit our bases, and some of the missiles went astray.
Just like with us, we went to hit their bases in their military camp, and we hit the school. Same thing, right?
I
And
think
you know
it's
what?
more.
You're
There's more.
right.
The more intelligence you have, the more negligence there is when that happens.
If they had old intel, that's on us. But if you're doing 10,000 boom booms, you're gonna make a mistake. I mean, or maybe we didn't make a mistake. Maybe we did it on purpose. Maybe we did.
Yeah,
I wouldn't rule that out.
I don't think that MAGA cares about war crimes.
Yeah, I just don't like how this country is very T-ism, and they spend a lot of money on their proxies, and they do dangerous things. And I don't think that and we decided to do something different.
Who do you think showed them how to do it, Raymond? Who do you think showed them how it's done?
I get what you're saying, but they're not innocent in this. So, maybe he shouldn't have went to war. Maybe he could have done it like you just said, a couple of strikes, to take out specific areas. But, I think we're doing that, right? With 10,000 strikes.
What?
I mean, we hit a lot of
is not a
stuff.
precision strike. I mean, like you could assassinate somebody or something. Like,
Well, I don't know how. If we pinpointed the Ayatollah, on 60 generals, I think we have pretty good intel, right?
I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to know what building holds these meetings.
All right. How many military factions Iran have right now in their country?
I don't know how many.
31.
Okay.
So literally we're dealing with 30. So we're trying to work peace out. There's 31 different military factions and this is all documented. There's 31 different military factions. And so who are we negotiating with? Remember, their leader, the son, is nowhere to be found. He's in hiding. Right.
Yeah.
So who are we dealing with? We're doing these back
reason.
channels. We got to go through Pakistan. Well, yeah, he's afraid for his life. And obviously Trump had to ditch a plane because Iran had a threat against the President of the United States. So I don't know. That sounds like a good country.
leaving all of his staffers and journalists to burn. He did not want a single person on that plane. He didn't want a single person on that plane. He let that plane take off, thinking that it was going to explode with people on it. With people that work for him, hiding in a food cart, like a coward.
So they're going to make an announcement to everybody on that plane. We're pressing everybody and say, yeah, the Trump's getting on a different plane. And you don't think that could have been leaked? Come on, guys. He's the President of the United States. He's protected before all others. You know that.
Jennifer, let me know if this is a kick, by the way, but Jennifer with the $50 says, my ancestors were from Iran and personally betrayed by the U.S. and Britain. Thank you so much, Jen. Jen's in the cat and kick. All right, Raymond, you're welcome to come back some other time. I've never heard...
Jen. I hope that I did your ancestors justice by trying to shed light on what is the truth.
Yeah, and it just sounded so lazy to justify the war. It's like, well, they killed like a couple dozen people like way back in the day. So I mean, let's do it. $1 billion a day. Let's do it. Let's ruin the world economy. Let's fuck up every one of our allies, like a relationship with our allies. Let's fuck up oil for the next 10 years. Let's, never forget.
Well, possibly longer. And the only thing Iran's figured out is that they have a stranglehold on it. I mean, right now, one of the most recent suggestions at a deal was to allow Iran to control all incoming traffic going into the strait, and then Oman can control all outgoing. Well, I hate to say it, but if you're controlling all incoming, you're kind of controlling the outgoing too. It literally puts Iran in complete control of the strait.
And you can tell.
I think you're right. He's going to chicken out.
Yeah, the taco will check out. The taco truck. There are not 31 factions in Iran. I've never heard that.
I was just going to say, how many private militias do we have in the United States?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
including the gravy seals. 2. Just 2. There's the regular army, which is the Artesh, and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps.
The IRGC, yeah.
Yeah, IRGC. And then parallel, they have ground forces, Navy, aerospace, CUDS, Basij Resistance Force, a massive voluntary paramilitary force. But the CUDS is an elite special operations intelligence. I guess those are their SEALs. Regional proxies for foreign operations. God dang, dude. Chat, don't ask me why I have this shirt. It's a conversational piece.
You got some splaining to do.
It's a conversational piece. The markets won't manipulate themselves. I love that. Why do I have that shirt? It was a Target, and I was just like, fuck it, I want it.
You know, I think the first creator that really started talking about market manipulation before anybody else did was Mr. Global. Yeah. And when he pointed that out, he was like, just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. About 20 minutes or so before the markets close on Friday, he's going to announce a big offensive or something, a big attack or something. And the price of oil is going to go up. And then on Sunday, about 10, 15 minutes before the markets open, he's going to say, oh, we got a deal coming. Mm-hmm. And the prices are going to dip back down. So you buy on Monday as soon as the markets open, and then you wait until the price shoots up right before markets close on Friday, and you sell it all. It's the easiest fucking manipulation bullshit I've ever seen. And he continually does it over and over and over again. I mean, Mr. Global's freaking the fuck out on a lot of shit. He's done like 2 or 3 videos on how most of the major oil investors have literally just like left the market.
Whoa.
Most of the big, like the big investment firms and everything else that invest, literally millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars into these companies, they're just backing out. They're just saying, nope, it's too unreliable. We don't know what the hell's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah. We can't do that. We can't do this market manipulation for our clients. You know what I mean? Because you can't count on it every time. Eventually the market's going to fucking figure it out. And it's going to either crash or it's going to recover. So they're just kind of staying away from it. Most of the oil futures right now are being done by private investors. Because it's creating more room in the market. When you get these bigger investors out, it creates a lot of gap space for other investors to come in.
I was gonna say, oh, where's my PBS one? That's probably my favorite shirt right now, that PBS shirt. Discussion could carry on with why Trump has ruined Americans' reputation. I mean, I don't know. It feels self-explanatory. Obviously, none of our allies liked the idea of us fucking up the oil markets without a heads up, with us attacking Iran without any of them knowing. Japan immediately is like, yo, what the fuck? Where a lot of our oil comes from straight from Moose. Were you gonna fucking tell us? And I mean, obviously anybody in the region also that we have a military base with would also have loved to know that their military bases, our military bases, were going to be possibly struck. Retaliation and the blowback from the war could happen. I mean, like, this is like no-brainer stuff when like heads of departments and intelligence when you say, hey, I'm thinking about bombing Iran, this is half of the shit that they tell you. Say, hey, this is what Japan would say. This is what Japan would probably like to know. This is what Germany and all these other countries in the region would love to know. But Yeah. And then all of a
The
sudden,
entire world, I mean, national economies run on stability. You know, they got to know that they can project 5 years into the future of where their profits are going to be, where their expenses are going to be, things like that. And with what Donald Trump has done to the entire world economy, that stability is shaken just as bad as it was during COVID because it's, you know, supply chain problems. You know, it's the same thing all over again. The only difference is this time he's causing it directly.
yeah. And seemingly for no reason. Like you heard that last cast. Like, why did we go to a war in Iraq? You know, think in 20 years, we're going to look back like, why did we do that? And all of the speculatory answers aren't going to be there. It's just going to be straight up like, Trump did this. Like, there's no history book's going to be like, oh, because all of a sudden we remembered the 40-something people that were U.S. citizens that died in October 7th. Or, which was Hamas, wasn't it? Wasn't even Hezbollah? What?
See, me, myself, and I don't think Trump does what he wants. I think Trump does what the Heritage Foundation wants. At this point, I'm completely convinced of that. That Stephen Miller is the talking head for the Heritage Foundation in the White House, along with Russell Vought. And those two are basically dictating to Trump every move he makes. This is part of the reason why he gets so many parallels to leaders like Mussolini and Hitler, or Adolf. Because they had the same setup. The countries were literally ran the same way. I mean, most of those ideas weren't Adolf's.
Right.
They were his cabinet, and Adolf was just an idiot that wanted power.
Yeah.
And so he was the mouthpiece. He was the charisma. He was the face behind the movement. And that's all Trump's become. I mean, Trump's beholden financially to every single one of these people, especially now. Especially now that he's made this extra $3 billion while in office. He is so financially beholden to these people that he can't tell them no.
The sailors trying to jump off the aircraft carriers because conditions are bad. I'd like to know more details about that. I kind of heard like there was one person who was, I guess he's under, what are they, like close watch, under self-unalive detail or whatever you want to call it. Is it more than one? Is it like a dozen? Is it 100 people? I mean, I can imagine just being stuck out there and just like hearing the news and watching the dynamic, especially like being there, seeing it, and just being like, what the fuck are we doing here? And why did I just eat half of a hot dog for a month straight? And they just said that we're going to stay here for another month. Like, I could... Yeah. Water tastes like gas. Food supplies too low. Yeah. Is 7 or 8 the last time I was reading about it?
It wasn't just one person.
No,
Jesus Christ. They were on... The story literally, I mean, I'm finding it on The Guardian just 4 hours ago. Aircraft carrier's crew in 9th month at sea and has spent a record 250 days consecutively without making land.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
I had a...
Because they're supposed to land like every, 6 months at most.
I had a friend that I was gaming with in Final Fantasy. I have a neighbor, one of my people in my house, just tried to join the Navy. I just kind of... I didn't want to rain in his parade, so I didn't say anything, but I'm like, God damn, dude, really? But one of the guys I gamed with a couple months ago was like, yeah, I joined the Navy. We just got out of training. I'm deploying to Iran in September or something like that. God damn, bro.
Yeah, no, two leading military specialist papers, Navy Times and the Stars and Stripes, are reporting that there have been multiple attempts by sailors to jump overboard as poor conditions and mental health stresses on the Lincoln reached the breaking point. It's the USS Lincoln is the one, USS Abraham Lincoln's the one they're spotlighting here. Wow. I'm speechless, man. I'm 50 years old. I've never heard of anything like this happening.
And for what? What are we doing out there, dude? What are we doing? USS Link was very aircraft carrier. My daughter was on. Wow. God.
Yeah, it was reported on by the Military Times yesterday.
Damn.
Yeah, so this is really, I mean, this story is breaking. It just came out.
It's dark in the middle of the night without the approval of Congress. Oh, I got a new sleeping bed. I'm gonna try it tonight for the first time. Hopefully, it knocks me right the fuck out.
Which one you trying?
Hydroxyzine.
Oh, okay.
It's not actually a sleep med, but we'll see what happens. Backing up everywhere. It smells like shit, I bet. Talk of self-sabotage? I bet so. Hydroxyzine is Benadryl? What?
And I would trust Miss Julie. She would know. Miss Julie is a wealth of knowledge.
They're close. They're antihistamines. Yeah. Stronger antihistamine. Can you imagine the fights going on because there's no one to report it to? Whew.
Oh, have you been watching Oscars in the morning at all?
I know. I can't get up in the goddamn morning.
He's been having some crazies lately.
Yeah.
You should check out, he clips most of them. You should check it out.
Does it cause dementia? I asked the doctor. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't cause memory problems. There's like a 2 or 3 hour tops hangover in the morning. It could fuck with my sharpness. But I think I'm good if I work out before I debate. Hopping over from YouTube, Jarmy knocks me out. Oh, yo, Davo.
Hey, Davo.
Matt and Nemo raid? What? Welcome, Matt and Nemo raid.
Matt Nemo raid.
Welcome, y'all.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome.
Come on in, relax, sit down, tap that screen. Were Matt and Nemo getting ops, or was it pretty quiet over there, guys?
Quiet.
Quiet, yeah. I mean, it is 12:30 on a Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm sorry for taking the last 2 nights off, y'all. And then the 2 nights before the night before that. But we're back. Guys, my birthday's in 4 days. Ooh.
Uh-oh. You're going to be 38, 39?
38.
38, yeah.
Mine's
I knew I was in the ballpark.
Ops all day, it's dead. I've been doing all right. I'm telling you, you gotta be. I think I've got the right approach. Your birthday's August 16th? No way. You're almost my birthday twin. Then I'll actually be 38. It's true. I always say I'm 38, or I have been saying that for the last few weeks. Just kind of retired to it already. Yours is August 1st? Fellow Leo.
Again, thank you, Raiders. I see you guys still streaming in here a little bit. Tap that screen, put it in the comments, drop a heart me if you haven't already.
Lots of August birthdays up in this bench. Matt Raid, thank you so much, Matt Nemo. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Yo, Matt. Nemo and me, Raid.
I wonder where Nemo's going after that. He usually goes to either Danielle's or Amanda's if she's still running.
Welcome.
Hey, Matt's here.
Love it, love it. Guys, don't forget to follow. We do debates all the time. You could, I don't know, if I were to compare myself to Matt, Matt's like bad cop and I'm good cop. I feel like we do a good duo.
I live vicariously through Matt. I want to yell like he does, but I just can't. I can get heated, but I can't yell like Matt does, man. He's a master. Okay, Danielle Tapley, you're on Slayer's Live? Yeah. I like Slayer. Slayer's a good guy.
Yeah.
Slayer's a good guy. I like his lives. I like the way he runs his lives, and I like Danielle. I like the way Danielle runs lives. I don't agree with them platforming Hoodlum, but that's their choice, not mine.
Every
They
once
also
in a while.
platform Liam, and I can't stand him.
Yeah. Like the Four Horsemen. The Ginyu Squad. The fucking Ginyu Squad.
The Ginyu. Holy shit. Liam is absolutely Goldo. 1000% he's Goldo. Hoodlum would be Jace, just that guy that creeps everybody out for no goddamn reason.
What's up, Becca? What's up, y'all?
Yes, Zilla, that is exactly correct. Hoodlum was the one in Danielle's live one night admitted to going on the dark web and looking at CSAM, saying that somebody had to do it. Made this whole big string about working with the feds on things and everything, and oh my god. And then what's really sad was when he was confronted about it 2 days later, the stupid fuck doubled down.
Oh, bro.
He doubled down on it. So many people quit platforming him after that. And I will tell everybody about him. I told Oscar about him. I guess Oscar blocked him.
Oh, Hoodie. Oh, Hoodie.
Yep, nope, Zilla, it was him. It was Hoodlum. I will never forget that night.
I'm so glad I'm not cursed with one of their brains.
You know, the one that blows my mind is Bad Views. Have you had Bad Views visiting you?
He was in chat earlier. He doesn't come up, though.
Bad Views, he started out frequenting RTP when RTP was still doing debates primarily. And when I was modding for him, there is a bunch of shit. I'm not going to go into detail because there are private details that I can't share, and I don't want to get too far into it. But let me just say that Bad Views has a very bad tendency of calling somebody friend and then completely fucking them over in like the most manipulative way possible, and he thinks it's funny. I have no respect for the guy. He's a good example of the worst case scenario. You know, if you want to bring up a MAGA that you can really show is just an absolute piece of shit, Bad Views is a good one to bring up. But other than that, I don't think he's worth anything on this app. He disappeared for months after what I know happened. and didn't come back. And now he's just finally started kind of resurfacing. Come on, guys. I know all the TikTok drama. I've been on these streets longer than most people have.
I never in my life, like, dude, I remember watching RC in just absolute disgust years ago. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd have to fucking actually argue with him.
You know who RC's first debate on TikTok was with?
Who?
His very first. Tommy.
Okay, yeah.
First time RC ever did a debate, it was up with Tommy. My dude. And Tommy just regularly loved humiliating the shit out of RC. How he stuck around for so long, I have no idea. He's taken on this whole new red pill, anti-woman, I'm not even going to date a woman because all American women are garbage kind of attitude. Such a nasty human being.
God, he sucks. I don't want to say his name anymore. He's going to show up.
Fucking Candyman.
He isn't into politics? He's just into culture wars. He's strictly into, like, the most divisive part of politics. He's been going live late night? What?
I haven't seen a notification for him going live. I've seen him do like short form content here and there.
Hello, are you a Trump supporter? Seems like an AFK join. Tommy's gone live a few times, just chatting on the phone. RC's closeted. I bet he is. Like, not even meaning that as a diss. There's just too much evidence to point to that people that are that homophobic are usually gay. They're closeted gay. Like, I bet you could put like a lie detector test and he would say, I'm not gay, and he would pass. But it's just that level of denial. Yeah, and misogynistic.
It's a form of self-hatred. Yeah, it's a form of self-hatred.
Did I get audiobooks? I now have basically the Plex server of audiobooks. Have I started listening? No. I might take a few recommendations. He truly despises women. Yeah, I know.
Can I make a kind of an odd recommendation for an audiobook?
Sure.
I doubt it'd be on a Plex server, but I know you can get the digital copy. You can get the digital book for like $3. Christ Before Jesus.
Huh.
It's actually really interesting. The guy Jaron, he goes live on TikTok literally Monday through Friday every day.
Oh, I've seen him. Yeah.
He goes on the historicity of, the Bible, what it contains, the stories in it, and combats it. And in his book, he explains how a Christ figure or a Christian viewpoint was existent before the supposed life of Jesus. So it's actually a mythology that grew over, 100 years or so, 100 to 150 years. And he could actually show evidence of it. It's really fascinating stuff. And there's actually a lot of big-time scholars that are starting to cite his work.
Oh, wow.
A lot of biblical scholars that are actually starting to cite his work in stilometry. Because he's a data scientist. He didn't even get into this over the idea of religion. It was a data science project. to try to attribute authorship.
He turned from flat Earth long ago. We're talking about. Okay, really?
I can imagine that. Yeah, Jaron was a missionary.
Whoa.
Jaron was he was a Christian missionary. He was deep in. And it was he went into a data science field and he decided, I'm going to apply this to that. And that's kind of where his deconstruction started. But again, he doesn't talk about religion. He doesn't talk about faith. He's really common to say, I don't care if you believe in Jesus. I don't care if Jesus loves you. I don't care if Jesus jerked you off. Did he live 2,000 years ago? It's a very simple question. And that's what he discusses. I love it.
Book channel
Very
in
factual.
Discord. Do we have a book channel, yeah? Like
I think so.
I have educational Mythbusters. Fuck, I also need to get like a live debate helper channel going and get those people to help me. I don't have that yet. Dude, I probably need like a new... Anybody who's like really good at Discord. The admins I have right now aren't exactly like super active. If anybody's like Superman on Discord and is part of my community and wants to see about maybe being a new admin, let me know. Inbox me. The sources one is locked. Oh. Because I need to make a new channel. I mean, we're super busy. Davo, ugh. I'm telling them you said that. They know.
I mean, if you want the Discord god, you go to Jen. Jen is one of RTP's main mods.
Yeah.
She put together his entire Discord. She automated everything.
Oh, wow.
The mods literally don't have to do hardly anything. Just keep an eye and make sure people are posting appropriate content.
We used to have a whole book club.
Yeah, you're just doing the AI bots in your crypto Discord for like accepting tickets and all that fun stuff, Davo?
In my crypto Discord, Jesus, Davo.
Yeah, Davo is a crypto bro. Reformed.
Yeah, I need stuff to listen to because debates when I'm in the gym right now, it's just really not, they're not hitting the spot. They're not hitting the spot. People's history of the United States. That's yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a no-brainer almost. I feel like I can knock that out real easy. Dungeon Crawler Carl. I hear that was really that was a really big hit recently.
Yeah, I was at Barnes & Noble when I was in the bigger city a few weeks ago, and a book caught my eye in the World War II section. I didn't pick it up, and I really should have. I've been really wanting to read it. It's called Hitler in Los Angeles, How Jews Foiled Nazi Plots Against Hollywood and America. I've looked into like a synopsis of it. It's all about how, they were looking at Hollywood as one of the largest propaganda machines on the planet and wanting to try to infiltrate Hollywood, basically do the same thing that he was doing with filmmakers and things in Germany. because that turned into, that was one of Google's biggest things was, he started hiring up actors, actresses, directors, producers, and stuff like that from all over Europe, and having them direct these, big drama films, involving SS soldiers and stuff like that. But it looks fascinating as hell. I didn't pick it up. I really should have. Yeah, it's called Hitler in Los Angeles.
Been thinking a lot lately about how strange the right has become with like art and media that's parallel to like Nazism, where there's like certain right ways to do art, kind of like in Nazi Germany. It's like,
Right.
The casting of actors, actresses, if something's woke, if it has gayness in it and stuff, like it's so on brand. It's scary how close it's getting.
That's kind of where I'm at. As much as, we can sit here and we can say straight out, all the time, you can definitely see parallels between, late 1930s Germany and where we're at today. I want to know. I want to get the deets. You know what I mean? I want to be able to display those deets and be like, yeah, this is how this shit started, and this is how his shit started. And so we're not going straight, because most of them go straight to, well, he's not unaliving a bunch of Jews, is he? And I'm like, well, that's not how that started. That's not how Adolf started. That's not how that whole thing got the ball rolling to get to that point. Instead of them trying to draw that parallel, draw them to the parallels of what we can show. That, these things did happen and these things are happening today.
Yeah.
And I dare you, anybody that brings that up, replace Jewish people with trans individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And we're literally seeing the exact same progression. Starting out with immigrants and really hacking on, this one small group of people, as to, these immigrants might be causing all of our economic problems, but our society's falling apart because of these guys. These are the guys that are tearing us apart from the inside. And it's the same thing. It's the same rhetoric.
Guys, are we about to do movie night?
That Justin guy is in the request again.
Where'd you go, Justin? What movie? There's a new horror movie. I don't know if it's out on stream yet. That's supposedly like really good and beats Obsession. Is rated higher than Obsession. It's kind of like a long name. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I think it has lesbians in it. I fell asleep with the 10 minute. Oh no. Oh, he's gone again. Oh well. Honestly, you know what? Titanic. I watched a clip earlier today, and it was like, what's her name from the fucking Hunger Games asking Leo, like, have you ever watched the Titanic back? And he's like, no. Do you watch your own movies? She's like, no, I've never made a movie like Titanic. And then I saw a few like TikToks about the gist of the Titanic, and I was like, dang, that was a good fucking movie. Jennifer Lawrence, yes. It literally changed filmmaking. I saw it in theaters too when I was a little kid. I was a tiny little kid, and I cried. I cried. Is it Camp Miasma? I don't think so. By the way, does anybody else hear feedback?
Well, sounds good to me.
Titanic was the last movie I saw in theater? God damn. Out of the Further, the end of Oak Streak. No. Hold on, let me find it.
You know, you ever want to get outside of your comfort zone on a movie? Something that's just kind of a fun, lighthearted movie. There's an old movie called Defending Your Life. It's got Albert Brooks and Meryl Streep in it. It's a great movie. It's funny, kind of lighthearted, a little sad in parts. It's actually really, really good.
Teenage SEX and Death at Camp Miasma. It is Camp Miasma. Damn it.
Camp Miasma. Okay.
I just knew it was a longer title than Camp Miasma. 98 to 99% critic rating. Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's kind of hot around here, and I got a fan running, so I apologize if there's a little bit of noise.
Are you good? It's just that you're filtering the AC out of... Oh. Oh, it's me? Nah, my mic has a... I hear myself in my ears. I don't hear any of that. So it might be the fact that I have the gain fucking times 1000.
I don't know. I've heard of a lot of people having audio problems on TikTok lately. Matt was having a bunch the other night. Who else was having some problems? I think Jaron was having some problems a couple days ago. Hey, by the way, thank you, everybody. Got him over 100K likes so far. Appreciate that. Keep them rolling in. We love it. We love to see it.
When you talk, it sounds windy. When you don't, it's silent. Every time you speak, you're getting static feedback.
Hey, see, I don't hear it. I hear you clear as a bell.
Yeah. Huh. That's weird. That's very weird.
I turned up my audio way high, and I can kind of hear it. It's almost like your noise cancellation. You know what I mean? Like when you start talking, you get a little bit of like air moving across the microphone kind of noise. And then as soon as you stop talking, it for like a half second, you hear it, and then it goes away. It's like your mic's recognizing there's no sound. So it just goes, shuts itself off.
Someone's Taffy says Backstreet Boys are NSYNC. I was real big into Backstreet Boys. 3rd grade. I had the blue CD. Don't remember what it was called. Listen to number 3 and number 5 on that baby over and over and over again. Yeah. On repeat. W Echo. NSYNC all the way. NSYNC's got some bangers, but Backstreet Boys, they did it first. You had the NSYNC collectible action figures. Did you guys see them on the Kylie Kelsey podcast? Anybody into that? Hanson was better. Hanson had like 2 songs that were good.
I was sitting here trying to think. I was like, God, I don't even remember like when the Backstreet Boys came out. It was kind of one of those things. I heard about them later. I know why. Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire came out that year, and Tool, Enema. I had those on repeat.
I wasn't that developed in taste just yet.
96 was 2 years after I got out of high school.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was third grade. Do I have a fan blowing in my room? I do, but it's not coming through. It's not coming through. Something's going on with TikTok. Because it sounds crystal clear in my ears. I could hear Infectious when he's talking, his wind comes through, but not mine.
Now see, Davo, there you go. There you go. That's a good answer right there. Rob Zombie. Man was a genius. Great music, and he did great in films too. I'm sorry, but the House of a Thousand trilogy is fantastic.
And it was honestly just about showing us how hot his wife was. It's basically what that.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong about that. God, what was her name?
Sherry Moon Zombie.
Sherry. Yeah, Sherry Moon Zombie. That's right.
Yeah, she's hot. He's better director, musician. I kind of agree. I like.
Yeah, I loved his run at Halloween.
Yep.
I loved his run at Halloween. It was great.
Rub is so girly pop. All right, let's fucking. I gotta eat some food, and we should watch movies. And I'm gonna pop a few hydroxyzine and see what happens. Maybe even plug one.
So, in other words, towards like the last half an hour of the movie, everybody's gonna get the treat of.
Titanic, isn't that fucking 3 hours long? How does it only have 8 out of 10 on IMDb? Sorry, no. Oh. I don't know. Isn't watchable? Yeah, okay. Biosphere, the weed comedy?
Wait, are you talking about Biodome? If you're talking about a movie, I think that one's called Biodome. And that's a good movie.
Biosphere is a movie.
Is it?
Yeah, 2022.
Now I'm curious.
Is Cena in? Is that the one with making a filter? Yeah.
That was Biodome, yeah. Making a filter, making a filter. It's one of my wife and I's favorite movies. It's one of the few movies we both agree on. That and any of the 1980s childhood trauma films. You know, like Legend or Neverending Story or The Dark Crystal. You know, the movies that really kept you up at night for the next week.
Willow, dang.
Willow, there's a good movie.
Okay, I'm kind of down for. Biodome. Kind of down for that. kind of down. Let's do it. Yeah, Biodome. I'm sorry to shoot down Sphere. But let's watch Biodome. See what happens. I gotta make some food while we're doing it, so.
Ooh, you know, Davo, you just reminded me of another good movie that I can put up for a future idea. Have you ever done heavy metal for a movie night? The animated heavy metal with the animated short stories from like the 80s.
Talking about me? I don't know.
Hey, you've never seen it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's a trip. It's a trip. You got to jot that one down for some future watch. It's called Heavy Metal. Like I said, it was done like back in the 80s. Completely animated, whole thing. But it is a trip. It's like what would happen if the guys that ran Hanna-Barbera all of a sudden just grabbed a handful of mushrooms each and just decided to make a movie. It's great.
I'm gonna turn off this live. I'm gonna go live and do like a little chill hangout personal live. And we can walk pickles and do all that, and then we'll do movie night. Let's do that.
All right, man. Thanks for having me up. I appreciate you, brother.
Anytime, man. Thank you. Thanks for the support. We still got two in the chamber.
No, I still have all three. I didn't use a single kick yet.
You're right. We have 3 in the chamber. That's right.
I was debating on that one guy earlier, but I held it back. I was like, no, I'm gonna wait until Rich Poor laughs.
Ooh.
As soon as he laughs, he's gone. So the next time Rich Poor comes up, tell him if he laughs at all, I'm gonna drop the hammer on him. Keep that 10-pack a day laugh in the fucking chamber, man.
Oof. All right. Much love, bub.
Later.
All right. Chat, YouTube, everybody, don't forget to follow if you enjoy these debates. We do debates, and sometimes we just shoot the shit and we just hang out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go live again on this account, and I will see you guys there. And then after that, we'll do Discord movie night. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I love you, chat. Okay, bye.